To fishing, to boating, and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
You find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company?
Don't sweat, call Brett.
I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning. For over 45 years, our motto has been, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call Brett Air right now. Find them online at brettairconditioning.com or like them on Facebook.
Don't sweat, call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
You've worked hard in life and created substantial wealth, but isn't your legacy about more than money? At FindMark, we ask our clients, how will you prepare the next generation? Will they inherit your values along with your wealth? Having a plan is essential. FindMark can help. Visit us at our locations in Fort Myers, Naples, Bonita Springs, and Estero, or online at findmarkbank.com.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
92.5 Fox News.
When only the truth will do.
A Maryland man is facing attempted murder charges after investigators say he tried to run over officers before crashing his car into a police station. The police were called to deal with the man who was upset, saying he wanted to kill police officers. They say when they got there, Timothy Call was smashing his car into cars in the neighborhood. When they told him to stop, he turned on them. That's when he drove to the police station and crashed through the front door. Look at the video.
There is a dispatcher inside to the left, but with the area where he crashed in, there was nobody inside. Thank God, because there was only about a foot on either side of the vehicle that you could stand in, and if there was somebody in there, he would have hit somebody.
Unbelievable. That suspect's now out of the hospital and in police custody.
A New England family is being praised after finding a $1 million winning lottery ticket and doing the right thing with it. Leah Figa's lunchtime purchase at this convenience store included a $30 Diamond Millions ticket. There's the ticket right there. Now, she scratched it, she frowned at the results, and then simply just handed it back to the clerk. But once the family who owned the store realized what exactly had happened here, and knowing that Leah was a frequent customer, they met to decide what to do next.
My grandmother said, let's not keep the ticket. It's not right. Just give it back to them. If it's in your luck, you will get it anyhow. Gotta make big guy happy upstairs.
Well, they tracked Leah down to deliver the news. You know there's a smile behind that mask, right? And she burst into tears when they told her that she won, and now the family is fielding congratulatory calls and interview requests across the country. This is a classic case of what would you do?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. I want to know, on the spot, what would you do?
I'd probably give it back.
You think you'd have to, right?
You'd feel so guilty.
And hope maybe you'd get a kickback.
Yeah, just a little bit extra. That back to you.
Crews are still working to maintain a brush fire in Collier County. We have the latest on how it might impact garbage pickup on this Tuesday morning, coming up in minutes.
Plus, the games are ready, but the Olympics in jeopardy again. Next at 6, the warning just issued that's impacting how and who travels to Japan.
And 1 year since the death of George Floyd. Coming up at 6:30, we're taking a deep look at how the shocking incident impacted policing here in Southwest Florida.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Are you looking to have built or repaired a shingle, metal, or tile roof? Do you want to hire a company where the owner personally inspects your job and every job? Hello, I'm Jimmy Williamson of WB Williamson Brothers Roofing. If the answer is yes, 844-WB-BUILT. WB Williamson Brothers Roofing represents the fourth generation of a tradition that began with my grandfather back in 1967. And it's a tradition of building something that you can be proud to put your name on. If you need a quote for the construction or repair of a shingle, metal, or tile roof, call me, Jimmy, 844-WB-BUILT. Or visit us at 2944 South Street in Fort Myers. Williamson Brothers Roofing also specializes in standard seam metal roofs and commercial flat roofs. Satisfied clients include Florida Gulf Coast University and Pensacola State College. Call Williamson Brothers Roofing at 844-WB-BUILT. That's 844-WB-BUILT. That's 844-WB-BUILT.
You've heard it before. We beat the competition. So many businesses say that now. But how many companies actually ask you to call the competition and then compare their windows to Window World windows? We will come into your home, or you can come to our showroom, and we'll give you an honest, fair, free estimate of what it would take to upgrade your windows to more energy-efficient windows. No tricks, no high pressure. We want you happy with your new windows, not feeling like you were forced into buying them.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. We offer you top quality windows at the best price available with the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business.
If something goes wrong with your new windows, we'll fix it, even if the neighborhood kids accidentally hit a baseball through it, or anything else. Window World quality windows, great price. Even hurricane-rated impact windows are available to offer an increased level of security to your home. Call Window World today.
Window World, simply the best for less.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. As a homeowner, safety is key in finding someone you trust to work on your home's electrical. Don't take chances. Call Mr. Sparky. All Mr. Sparky techs are trained, licensed, insured, and local. We always leave your home safer than we found it. And Mr. Sparky's straightforward pricing means no surprises. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Independently owned and operated, trained, insured, and local in respective state or county.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Since a much protested death, I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News was on this day in 2020 when George Floyd was killed in Minneapolis.
The spirit is always around us. I feel him protecting us right now.
Courtney Ross was Floyd's girlfriend. There will be tributes and marches across the country remembering the encounter with police that left Floyd dead and a fired officer charged with murder, and the day will pass
without lawmakers delivering on a police reform bill in his name, a goal President Biden sought in his first address to a joint session of Congress. But the top negotiators, Senators Tim Scott and Cory Booker, along with Representative Karen Bass, say they're getting closer issuing this joint statement, saying while we are still working through our differences on key issues, we continue to make progress towards a compromise.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. Members of George Floyd's family will meet with Representative Bass and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi at the Capitol today, and they'll meet with privately President Biden. It's quiet again today in the Middle East as the U.S. works to keep an Israeli-Palestinian ceasefire in place. Fox's Simon Owen has more live.
Dave, Secretary of State Antony Blinken has just arrived in Israel, beginning a tour of the Middle East aimed at shoring up last week's ceasefire. He says he will rally international support for Gaza while working to ensure any aid does not help Hamas, the militant group that rules the territory. He said Gaza faces a grave humanitarian situation after 11 days of fighting. Blinken also restated the U.S. position that Israel had a right to defend itself. Dave?
Simon, a Republican Senator, Rand Paul, has gotten a death threat.
A package containing that letter, as well as a suspicious white powder, was delivered to Paul's Kentucky home Monday.
It included a photo of the senator.
It shows Paul wearing a neck brace and a cast around his arm. It's hard to see, but there's also an image of a gun. It's pointed directly at Paul's head.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Right now, we're keeping an eye on a few delays heading out through Daniels Parkway. If you're getting ready to head through the Gateway area, you'll see slowdowns right near Gateway Boulevard out there. Also watching slowdowns on 41 heading northbound off Broadway Avenue up toward Vintage Trace Terrace. In South Fort Myers, slowdowns on Gladiolus Drive all the way from Summerlin through McGregor Boulevard, getting into the Iona-McGregor area, and heading out through Collier County. Delays mostly on Santa Barbara Boulevard southbound between 75 and Davis Boulevard. Clear along the interstate. No major problems on our bridges early on this morning. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. We are still starting off with some cooler and drier air this morning. Temps, though, this afternoon, not going to be cool at all. We'll be in the mid-90s inland, upper 80s near the coast, and it could be the hottest day of the year so far, with Fort Myers targeting a temperature of 94 degrees. No rain in the forecast today and no rain in the forecast tomorrow, but some relief from our fire danger is going to come later on this week, as a few showers and thunderstorms are possible Friday toward the weekend, before more rain on the way toward Memorial Day. I'm Wake News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I am.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and, when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use and apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This approach has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon, to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
With 24/7 customer service and guaranteed repairs, your Progressive policy works the way it's supposed to. Unlike this stressful meditation guide.
Take a deep breath. Focus on all the things you have to do. Did someone make the vet appointment yet? You don't know? That feels like something you should know.
Switch to Progressive today.
You are a mess.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Repairs through Progressive Network shops guaranteed for as long as you own or lease your car.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay it time. Always on time or you don't pay it time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you need an expert to help navigate that home loan process, Rocket can.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That is the website. We do appreciate you watching. each and every day. If you go to Facebook, we're still there at Drew Steele Radio as well. Well, the governor yesterday and a big presser talking about big tech, and he signed a bill to stop censorship of Floridians by big tech. But what does it mean for you specifically, and how the media couched it? And it's interesting how they came right out of the gate and wanted to make it about Trump. It's so funny that there's no way that this relationship could stop. It just can't. And for so many, it depends on which side you're on, right? It's like a breakup, and you just can't get over that person. Jake's been through this. Jake the Millennial and many other people have been through this, right? Where you do this breakup, and maybe every once in a while you're scrolling through social media and you'll see their face, and then you're just you pine over them a little bit, and then maybe you'll talk negative about them. You'll talk bad. You'll always refer back to that special someone, but they're still that special someone, and I can't break you. I just can't. You know what I'm saying. Jake has no comment, and he's not even looking at me right now. That's how a sore subject. I shouldn't even have brought it up. But you know what I mean. It's this.
Yeah,
Trump.
if you're bitter, I'm not bitter.
He's not bitter at all.
I really care less.
He doesn't care. Listen, I'm taking my cats and going home. The point is this: that when you're doing a breakup that is, let's just say you really don't want to leave that individual, you just got to keep it going, and then you'll say things, and you'll constantly bring. Doesn't that feel like the case with the former president? It's like, stop it already. You keep making it all about Trump. Well, stop doing that. If you, the more you talk about it, the longer it lingers. It doesn't go away. You should move on, but you can't. You can't for a lot of different. I mean, the media can't for a lot of different reasons, right? Because if it wasn't for Trump, then you would see the ratings plummet. Oh, that's exactly what's been happening, right? Because you're not including Trump each and every day and the Trump derangement syndrome that you have. Then that's what happens. And there's a lot of derangement syndrome that's going on that we're going to get to in just a bit. But the governor was talking about signing the Senate Bill 7072 that holds big tech accountable, transparency, safeguarding Floridians' ability to access and participate in online platforms. Does it feel good to you to know that if you feel like as an individual, as a business, that maybe big tech comes along and deplatforms you, or if you're a political candidate, let's just say, or as an individual, you feel like you're being treated unfairly, and you have the right to sue companies that violate the law and win monetary damages. Safeguards the rights of every Floridian by requiring social media companies to be transparent about their content moderation practices and give users proper notice of changes to those policies, which prevents big tech bureaucrats from, quote, moving the goalposts to silence viewpoints they don't like. So we're going to see whether or not this has teeth. Certainly there are people that understand what it looks like when their speech is being silenced, what it looks like when speech is shut down so that, especially politically, you're not able to express yourself, the rights that belong to each citizen, as 7072 talks about this Senate bill that is now signed. And we're going to get into more details on this. But again, if you think the Trump derangement syndrome and bringing that up at the beginning of the program is wrong because you can't really prove it, well, here's a portion of the press conference yesterday with the governor. And right out of the gate, here you go. You ready? Listen to this.
Hi, I want to ask you about the bill that you're signing here today. You're a loyal supporter of former President Donald Trump. Donald Trump is now a resident in Florida, and he was deplatformed. Is this bill for him?
It's the bill for Trump. That's all it was. And the bill was specifically made for Trump. Like Trump made a call and said, Ron, yeah, it's done. Ron, yeah, okay, listen, do me a favor. Can you guys put together a bill so that you'll protect me now that I live in the state of Florida? You got it. Right, that's exactly what went down. Everybody, nobody else matters. Everybody, it's just all about Trump. You people are crazy. So how does the governor respond as it's all about the president and you're doing this because Trump and he lives in Florida? And And here's what the governor had to say in response.
The bill is for everyday Floridians, this is what we said, and it will allow any Floridian to be able to provide what they're doing. So, but I do think that's another issue that has been brought to bear. When you deplatform the President of the United States, but you let Ayatollah Khomeini talk about killing Jews, that is wrong.
Yeah, and I could let that go on because that applause went on for about another minute after that. It really did. Because it's true. The governor knows it. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Khomeini is saying all kinds of things right now on Twitter and is still allowed to be on the platform. Just the other day, I want to say it was day before yesterday, was talking once again about annihilating Israel off the face of the map. And this continuation of this kind of talk. And the talk against the United States and how for some reason that is acceptable, but the former president of the United States has to be taken off. And, the other suggestion is one that's very important as well in that, is that we're supposed to believe that because you don't like the former president or whoever it is, it doesn't even have to be about Trump. They make it about Trump, but it doesn't have to be about Trump. Your suggestion is that there are certain people in this country that get to enjoy rights or freedoms that everybody else gets to enjoy as long as you say it's okay, as long as it's somebody that you like or you don't necessarily have a problem with. But if it's somebody you dislike, then you're going to suggest that either you're doing it because you're trying to save them and help them specifically, all other Floridians, this is all about Trump, which is ridiculous. Or your suggestion is that how could you do this because all Floridians need this. It's something that maybe you feel is a good thing. The responsibility to be fair and transparent to all of its users, regardless of your political affiliation or ideology, something that Senator Ray Rodriguez talked about yesterday. He was there during this press conference. But that all of a sudden you look at one person and say, yeah, they're excluded. Yeah, they're not a citizen of the state. They're not a citizen of the country, really. We've got a problem with them. So they don't get the protections of the laws. They're excluded, which again is a ridiculous notion. So you have two ridiculous notions brought up by someone in the press. I don't know how you would expect anything else to be different. But I wonder what you think about this. Do you like the idea that we have a law now in place that goes after big tech or allows you the ability to go after big tech monetarily that would hold the social media tech companies accountable and the concerns about free speech? Or do you think it's just not constitutional and there has to be another workaround that maybe this isn't all it's cracked up to be? Because I know that there are a lot of people that feel that way as well. David Riaboy is going to join us. He's a safety and security expert with the Claremont Institute, and he was there with the governor, and we're going to talk about that coming up at 8:05 this morning and get into some of the specifics because there is another side to this where people think, like, listen, I don't know that we need this. But you do have to recognize that we have an election coming up. We have protections that are not being looked at and served in areas of the state and the country that we should look at with regard to what social media platforms can and cannot do to be able to recognize what it is that they're doing so that there is some kind of recourse when something happens, especially politically, where your account is taken down or somehow you're treated differently than others. So I wonder what you think. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com is the website. Let's take a break. When we come back, we can talk more about this. Jen Psaki is either unbelievably out of shape or her I don't want to say her mental faculties are not up to par, because that's not really fair to say. But she made a statement yesterday about Joe Biden that she has trouble keeping up with him. Because he's so fit? No, I'm not kidding. You have to hear this to... there's... Well, we'll play the audio and you decide what it's all about. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, DrewSteele.com, the website. Thank you for watching. And Therese O'Shea, thank you. She's got the traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Off to a very quiet start on the road. 75 and 41 looking good for our highway commuters out there. No issues on the bridges in and out of the Cape and North Fort Myers into downtown Fort Myers. We are crash free right now throughout Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. Watch out for some slight slowdowns on Daniels Parkway still right near the interstate and heading through the Gateway area. But State Road 82 running up to speed across Lehigh Acres and into Fort Myers. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. It still feels pretty comfortable when you head out the door this morning, but this afternoon, hot and toasty. Inland spots across Southwest Florida in the mid-90s, upper 80s near the coastline with not a drop of rain to help cool you off. Relief from that fire danger will come in the form of a few showers and thunderstorms by Friday and as we head toward the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Proud to be right 24 hours a day.
92.5 Fox News.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis tries to rein in big tech. He signed legislation yesterday banning social media platforms from taking down accounts of state political candidates. He tells Fox News,
they're using their power to enforce orthodoxy and to suppress speech.
The law allows citizens to sue social media companies, although that provision's questionable because federal law prohibits such lawsuits. The Wall Street Journal reports Amazon is nearing a deal to buy MGM Studios for nearly $9 billion, including debt. The deal would turn the Hollywood studio, founded in 1924, into a streaming asset for the tech giant. And on Wall Street, stocks rallied. The Dow gained 180 points. The Nasdaq rose 190. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Designer face masks, DIY haircuts. In a world full of things you never thought possible, here's one more. Now you can get the same high-quality insurance from Allstate, but at a new low rate. Drivers who switched and saved averaged $718. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Reported average annual savings from switching auto by new customers surveyed who saved with Allstate in 2019. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Not available in every state. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance.
You probably know Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
Hey, this is Papa with our most important commercial in the past 30 years. Fox News just reported that several insurance companies are dropping their homeowners insurance in the state of Florida, and over 50,000 homeowners will lose their coverage, just as hurricane season is starting. Whether or not you will be affected immediately or down the road, you should call Papa for our free tile roof inspection so that we can put you on our proactive list. If we do find needed repairs, we'll make it affordable. If you then discover that you do need to find new insurance, at least we can make your roof look clean and in good shape. Once you get on our proactive list, we'll call you automatically if we get hit. If you do need emergency service, we can help you. License number CCC 1326213. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, they say it's not too late to call Papa for our free inspection. You know the number, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. Don't procrastinate. It's not too late. wait. Call Papa for a date. 945-2700.
Hey, we're kicking it up a notch for Memorial Day here at Naples Nissan. Yes, you can still get the full original base MSRP for your 2012 or newer trade-in, regardless of what brand it is, where you bought it from, or whether you bought it new or used. But if you're not feeling that deal, then how does 0% financing for 60 months sound? That's right. You can take home one of these all-new, completely redesigned and loaded 2021 Rogue models today and pay 0 interest on it for 5 whole years. Have you checked out the all-new Rogue yet? I'm telling you, the redesign they did on this thing is hot, and oh, hey, we've got over 150 to choose from. Get the full original MSRP for your trade-in or pay no interest for 5 whole years. You choose when you come see us here at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592. There's the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. As you know, Steele has 3 E's, and we appreciate you watching at the website or on Facebook at Drew Steele Radio. Yeah, is this strange to you? So, when you think of the oldest president in American history, when you think of Joe Biden and his mental acuity, right?
We choose truth over facts.
I mean, there's a lot to dig in. There's a library to dig into. And then you think of, falling up the stairs, going into Air Force One, the gate that people are concerned about. I mean, this is a legitimate concern, everybody. This isn't something to make fun of. You've got a president of the United States who, well, everybody knows what they see and what they hear, right? Nothing unusual. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. I don't mean unusual. I mean, the fact that we're hearing. Okay, anyway, here's the point. So when asked about the president's health, you got a couple of choices. Here's Jen Psaki being asked about the oldest president in American history. Not that that matters, but it's Joe Biden we're talking about. Everybody knows everything I just described. You ready, Jake? You're going to like this one. Here you go.
What more can you tell us about the president's health regime? We hear he's lifting weights. What sort of weights is he lifting? Does he have a personal trainer? And what happened to his Peloton bike? Did he bring it to the White House?
Okay, a couple of questions. First of all, what kind of weights is he lifting? He's lifting weights. Are you sure it's lifting weights, or is he saying, wait, I'm not lifting that? Maybe that's what it is. It could be that. We don't know. So he's lifting weights, and then there's a Peloton bike involved. Do you picture Joe Biden on a Peloton bike?
I can't.
There are a lot of people I can't picture on a Peloton bike. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it or have it or anything like that, but I mean, maybe he has one. Maybe he's been on it once. It's kind of like when he plays video games, right? Didn't he play Mario Kart or something recently, and supposedly he did really... I don't know. Jake, no? Okay, here it is. Jen Psaki explaining what she thinks about Joe Biden's health. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine, everybody.
I didn't know where this was going, but I'm intrigued by it. I will say I have nothing to read out on the president's private exercise regime, but I can tell you, having traveled with him a fair amount, sometimes he's hard to keep up with.
He's what?
Sometimes he's hard to keep up with.
With Jen Psaki, with all the choices on the planet, the universe has given you an opportunity to kind of, I don't know, brush this one aside. She says that sometimes he's hard to keep up with. Now, does that mean upright? Does that mean keep up with as in, I don't know where he is and he's not sure where he is? I'm just trying to figure out exactly what that means. And I only bring all of this up because 972 million people voted for Joe Biden and his policies. And we're told by Gallup recently, a new poll that says that be careful, GOP 2022, you're getting a little braggadocious. You're starting to feel a little swagger, as the kids like to say, that you're thinking that 2022 is in the bag. But Gallup is telling us that the approval rating for the president and Democrats in the House is over 50%. That we're told that people like the way the country's being run and the direction that we're going. Now, don't listen to the. I don't think you listen to the polls. We might want to ignore those for right now. I'm not saying anything, but I am.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floormeisters, the family-owned Floormeisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited,
Oh, yeah.
Dave. Tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floormeisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
It may be summer, but it's snowing at the Boathouse on Naples Bay, exclusively serving the freshest, sweetest colossal Norwegian snow crabs. The Boathouse on Naples Bay offers a uniquely adventurous atmosphere, signature cocktails, and the only restaurant in Naples serving Norwegian snow crab, prepared in a variety of dishes. The Boathouse on Naples Bay, proudly serving generations of locals and visitors alike with an unparalleled commitment to your experience. Visit boathouseonnaplesbay.com.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing and Gutters. Get your mind out of the gutters. We are proud to announce the addition of our seamless aluminum gutter division. Contact our team for your free quote. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your retirement? Just add water. Shell Point Retirement Community is located in Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River, just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico and Sanibel Island. Enjoy a vibrant waterfront lifestyle with miles of walking and bike trails. For boaters, there's a private marina with free boat docks to keep your boat right at home. Or join your friends on the community boat for cruises to local restaurants and beaches. Shell Point is comprised of 7 neighborhoods with scenic water views. Life slows down on the water as residents enjoy kayaking through hundreds of acres of secluded bird-filled waterways. To learn more about waterfront living at Shell Point, schedule a private appointment or attend one of our weekly group seminars, which include a tour of the community. Call 239-466-1131 or go online to shellpoint.org. Enjoy waterfront living today. It's all here at Shell Point.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. George Floyd died a year ago today with a police officer's knee on his neck during an arrest in Minneapolis. His girlfriend, Courtney Ross, at a rally at the state capitol in St. Paul.
Lots of tears, lots of memories, but it feels good to be here with kind of like my new second family.
Members of the Floyd family meet today with President Biden, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and other members of Congress. The president had called on Congress to pass a police reform bill by today. The House did, the Senate has not. The FBI and Capitol Police are investigating a suspicious package sent to Kentucky Senate Republican Rand Paul's house.
On the inside was a white powder. On the outside of the envelope was a picture of Paul with a gun to his head and a threat printed beneath it. I'll finish what your neighbor started, you expletive. Paul had 5 broken ribs after getting assaulted by his neighbor back in 2017.
Fox's Jill Nato. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News Traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Off to a very quiet start on the road. 75 and 41 looking good for our highway commuters out there. No issues on the bridges in and out of the Cape and North Fort Myers into downtown Fort Myers. We are crash-free right now throughout Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. Watch out for some slight slowdowns on Daniels Parkway still right near the interstate and heading through the Gateway area, but State Road 82 running up to speed across Lehigh Acres and into Fort Myers. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. We are still starting off with some cooler and drier air this morning. Temps, though, this afternoon, not going to be cool at all. We'll be in the mid-90s inland, upper 80s near the coast, and it could be the hottest day of the year so far, with Fort Myers targeting a temperature of 94 degrees. No rain in the forecast today and no rain in the forecast tomorrow, but some relief from our fire danger is going to come later on this week as a few showers and thunderstorms are possible Friday toward the weekend before more rain on the way toward Memorial Day. I'm Wake News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I grew up in the air conditioning business, and over the decades, I've tried to protect this industry from the scam artists and the bad actors. I've volunteered to help law enforcement all across the area and the Attorney General programs to investigate scams and ripoffs to help protect all the people of our community. I've paid a price for looking out for the people of Southwest Florida, from being called names to having the bad guys sue or threaten to sue me to get me to shut up so that you won't know the facts about their scams. To me, it was all worth it to help protect you, the most important people in our world. I'll never cower to the bad guys, and I'll always look out for my friends and neighbors in Southwest Florida. It's one of the main reasons we say what we say in our slogan, Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949. I'm doing it the way my dad did it, and my kids will follow suit. License CACO 57313.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Being the most experienced, Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida has conducted many FDA studies since 1971, including the first to perform laser cataract surgery, multifocal lens for cataracts, HD lens for distance clarity and accuracy, genetic screening for macular degeneration, the studies for implantable contact lenses, and dozens more. A world of better vision is right here in Southwest Florida. Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida, clearly the right choice.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is the Florida window factory. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we understand Florida weather. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency for storm protection. Our Energy Star rated windows and doors are made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts up to 30%. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
These are primates we're talking about here, so they can do some substantial damage to you. They have large canines. They may be small monkeys, but they're extremely strong. They could take you to the ground if they wanted to. Anything that we have, they can get as well. So COVID was no different. So for someone to just go in there and give them food from their hands could just ruin that. It's going to take a really long time to get them back to where they were and to get them back training.
Oh, boy, we got to get them back to where they were in training. Guess what? There's a Texas woman getting heat after recording herself entering a spider monkey enclosure at the El Paso Zoo and feeding the monkeys hot Cheetos. The zoo director right there was not amused and look, you can't. It isn't. Shouldn't that be just basic? Okay, number one, why do people insist on trying to go into animal cages at zoos, and why are people still doing this?
Why would you feed a monkey a hot Cheeto?
Well, that's the other thing too. It's because it's the only thing you have at the time. But the point is that you shouldn't be feeding animals like that. Don't go to the zoo and feed and try to get in and hang out with the animals. They're not interested in you unless maybe you're a meal for some of them. It gets really ugly. Don't do it. How is this not? How have we not gotten to that point yet where we as a society have figured out that there are certain things you can and can't do? And one of them is, I got a zoo. There's a cage here for a reason. There's a wall for a reason. Don't try to cross the wall or do anything. You can see the animal perfectly. If you can't see it, then come back another day. And don't take hot Cheetos to a park or a zoo as well. You know, it's the last thing you need right now. This is very good advice for everybody. The last thing you need, if it's a hot day, like in Florida, maybe you're going to go to, I don't know, the Naples Zoo or wherever you're going to go to, or you're going to go to a park, you're going to go to Orlando to any of the themes. Don't eat hot Cheetos on a hot day. Shouldn't that be an easy prerequisite for the obvious? Or maybe not. I mean, yeah, I know. There are people texting. Because, if you go to the beach, some people like things with jalapeno in it, especially some adult. Are there adult beverages with
jalapenos?
Yeah, that. Okay. Is that your joke of the day? That's Jake's joke of the day, is mispronouncing food
I thought that's
items.
what it's, never mind.
So, all right, valuable lesson to us all. Don't eat hot Cheetos at the zoo. All right, I'm almost sorry. We can't get those 2 minutes back. I apologize. It is what it is. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. There's the website. Hey, something that we can get back is not only our rights and our freedoms from governors who feel like they have a little too much power, but that is something that we are going to pursue, and many states have. And we're starting to see outside of the vid things that have been done that we questioned early on, and now people are starting to see. For example, many people had an issue with Pennsylvania and even in the 2020 election and some of what happened with regard to the election itself, how you have a legislature that has laid down the law as far as what will happen in your state when it comes to voting and what you're supposed to be doing during the 2020 election, only to find out that because of COVID, because of an emergency situation, I use the air quotes, because of the emergency situation that we are under, that all bets are off. Everything has changed. You can't stand online. There's things that you can't do. You can't be there to be close to people. So we have extraordinary circumstances to it. We have decided to make changes, not at the legislative level, but at other levels where people decided to do things. And then ultimately, we have questions about the validity of elections in certain states. I know we're not supposed to talk about that, but I do. And then when it goes to the Supreme Court, we're told that, they settled it. How is not hearing a case settling a case? Can we just make that very clear? The Supreme Court never heard the case out of Pennsylvania. So if you don't hear the case, it's not a settled case, right? I don't know how that works. If you don't actually hear Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley, how do you know it's one of the worst songs ever in the history of mankind? Right? Does that make sense to you? Good. I mean, the Rick Astley comparison is not really fair because there are a lot of people that love that song and love when they're Rickrolled or the like. So it's nice to hear that two things are happening. Number one, places like Pennsylvania and other states, the first in the nation to curb their governor's emergency powers, approving constitutional amendments proposed by Republican lawmakers angry over Democrat Tom Wolf's handling of the COVID outbreak. And good for them. That's what they should be doing. The states should be curbing the ability, the emergency powers of governors in their states, because we have seen what happens when they have it and some of the things that they're doing. Do you realize that in California right now, in California, we're told that kids even though the idea that has been across the country now, kids being back in school, back in classrooms, that CDC guidelines and what people have discussed with regard to getting kids back in school, that the state of California has decided to make their own decision on that. And even though others would suggest that it's okay, that they would say, no, we don't need to go by that. We're going to wait another month. Or there are governors who do things like, Governor Whitmer, who we're going to get to in just a little bit, who gets busted for the hypocrisy of Democrats. And you know how that works. You guys have to do everything that I tell you what to do, but I'm not going to do it myself. So there's another example of a Democrat who has decided to show the ultimate in hypocrisy by saying, all the laws that I decree are for you, and for me, I get to enjoy a pizza at my favorite restaurant with crowds of people not wearing a mask. But again, lawmakers have had way too much power, and we realize that, and it took the vid to find out how much they have. And I will make this suggestion here in the state. According to the AP, Republicans in the state legislature and those aiming to replace him have made Wolf a top political target, repeatedly attacking his stewardship during the pandemic, including his orders shutting businesses, sending students home for online schooling, and ordering masks worn outside the home. Now, there are things that the AP is trying to make it seem like this is all a political move, and they don't like a Democrat in charge, and they don't like what he's been doing, and so they're trying to curtail the power of this particular governor. But understand something, even here in the state of Florida, that Ron DeSantis will not be our governor forever, no matter what direction he decides to take. The fact of the matter is that one day there will be a Democrat governor in the state of Florida. And one day there will be an issue when it comes to executive power and how they are going to wield that power in the state. And it's important that we have definitive limitations as to what that looks like. In the state of Pennsylvania, I believe it's 21 days. You've got the powers for 21 days. After that, all bets are off. For a lot of different reasons. Number one, because of exactly what happened with the vid. Again, understand what happened in 2020. When people say, Drew, we're going to lose elections again. It's just, we're going to lose elections forever. And I might make the case that no, we won't lose elections forever. That there's a reason why 2020 turned out the way it did, extraordinary circumstances. Now, you can go into why you believe or how you believe and the questions you have about the vid and the fact that we had the situation in 2020 and the shutting down of businesses and the emergency powers wielded by governors and how that all worked out for the former president and questions about court cases that had to do with election integrity. There's no reason why you can't continue to look at and fight for election integrity. That should never, ever stop. You don't have people coming along and say, get over it. No, you get over it when you have evidence to show that what you are questioning is moot or didn't happen. I don't think you just walk away from election integrity. But having said that, the thing that I see that's really important is that in 2020, they use this extraordinary circumstance of the vid to make suggestions that things could be done outside of the legislature and outside of what would be normal election laws. And everybody bought it. Like, these are extraordinary circumstances. So doesn't it stand to reason that not only in the future should we make sure that those emergency powers don't stretch to the point where we would have another 2020 situation. But, and when it comes to shutting down and shuttering of businesses, but also that as we move forward and we get closer to 2022 and 2024, let's be careful and look to see whether or not there are going to be some other extraordinary circumstances that are going to pop up, situations where we might hear about spikes, that we might hear about a situation where, listen, the vid, it's COVID-21. It's a new strain. We're concerned about this. And the experts are starting to be really concerned. And the only way to, I'm just putting it out there. That maybe we need to take extraordinary circumstances because it worked the first time. Do you see what I'm saying? If it worked the first time and they were able to prove that, it could work. then who's to say there wouldn't be some people with, I don't know, not the best of intentions that would like to see it happen again? And so this is a good thing. And especially when you consider that the shuttering of businesses in certain states, especially in Democrat-run states, did not lead to better outcomes on the other side, getting to where they wanted to be quicker or in any better situation by shutting businesses down, by shutting life down. That's not what happened. You're not going to find a state in the country that because of mask mandates and shutting of businesses, that they were able to get to the point they are maybe today quicker or better because of that. Like, there was no reason to do it. And so we always have to keep that in mind. The proof is in the pudding or the pudding. I don't know what... Jake, what's your favorite flavor of pudding? Everybody knows the greatest flavor is...
chocolate.
No, it's butterscotch. But, we'll work on that. Why are you wincing? Have you ever had a butterscotch pudding?
I had butterscotch in their blood.
Well, no. The problem is you're used to butterscotch. By the way, we can go to break. Butterscotch, like candies. Don't think of butterscotch candy. Think of butterscotch and pudding. You're not buying any of this, are you?
I'll try it.
Try it. Make that your week's goal. Actually, make it next week's goal, because I know how slow it is with you and goals and getting to those places. It's like not wearing a baseball cap to work.
Not happening.
I know. It's a goal.
I've inspired multiple people in the building to wear theirs.
You've inspired people in the building to wear baseball caps backwards to work.
Yeah.
My little boy's growing up. I'm proud of you. I can't even say it with a straight face. All right, let's move on. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along in traffic. Let's find out what's happening with Trace O'Shea.
Good Tuesday morning. Keeping an eye on Alligator Alley and the area around Golden Gate Estates, where we've had that 14th Avenue Southeast fire burning still in the estates. We're tracking some smoke lingering on the alley right around mile markers 90 to 80 or so, closer to State Road 29. Visibility is not an issue, though. That's the good news, at least, if you have to take Alligator Alley or any of those roads in the eastern estates this morning. You just want to avoid that area right around 14th Avenue Southeast and 16th Avenue Southeast near Everglades Boulevard, so that people who live nearby and emergency vehicles can get through to continue putting out hot spots. Clear roads along I-75 and 41 right now. We're not seeing any delays on the bridges in and out of the Cape and North Fort Myers into downtown. A little bit busy on Daniels Parkway heading westbound through Gateway right now toward Gateway Boulevard and closer to Tree Line in 75. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. It still feels pretty comfortable when you head out the door this morning, but this afternoon, hot and toasty. Inland spots across Southwest Florida in the mid-90s, upper 80s near the coastline with not a drop of rain to help cool you off. Relief from that fire danger will come in the form of a few showers and thunderstorms by Friday and as we head toward the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Rush Limbaugh. Guessing you missed the big celebrations that were held on Monday in honor of International Polar Bear Day. Yeah, it was supposed to focus awareness on the plight of the polar bear and the suffering they face because of you. Because it's your modern lifestyle supposedly to blame for global warming. You're wiping them out. Well, here's an inconvenient truth. This year, their polar bear population is up 27% from 2005, despite all those dire predictions that Arctic ice is disappearing because of global warming, and despite a photo supposedly showing a polar bear stranded on melting ice about to drown. Climate analyst Paul Homewood confirms that a growing number of observational studies have documented that polar bears are thriving despite shrinking summer ice. He also confirms that polar bears are not starving to death. They're not turning into cannibals, and no polar bear population's been wiped out anywhere. They've been reproducing, folks, like crazy. And since there are no Planned Parenthood clinics in the Arctic, the female polar bears are actually giving birth to their babies. So there are a whole lot more of them these days, which means this International Polar Bear Day gives the world something to celebrate. Mother Nature has once again prevailed over junk science. The only thing melting away is the global warming hoax. The polar bears, they're chilling out. They're A-OK. They're fine and dandy.
Do you want to invest in cash flowing real estate without all of the hassles? Introducing PassiveInvesting.com, a national private equity real estate firm with over $380 million under management. We have an offering available to invest right now in an institutional level, newly built apartment community in Orlando, Florida. Only available to independently verified accredited investors. Visit PassiveInvesting.com for details on how you can invest today. That's PassiveInvesting.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm a salesman. I've pounded the pavement 35 years, literally. My legs ached, my feet hurt. It was just sometimes unbearable. I'm 71 years old and I don't plan on quitting anytime soon. But if you don't have a good attitude when you're in sales, it shows on your face. And you can't do that if your feet are aching all the time. I heard an advertisement on the radio for the Good Feet store, and I said, what can I lose?
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Val enjoy their work again without letting their feet get in the way.
I walked in the Good Feet store and I said, my feet hurt. And they said, well, let's see if we can do something about that. What a difference with these arch supports. After about 3 weeks of wearing them, there was just no pain. When I go and talk to my customers, I've got a smile on my face. I can go all day long, and then some. It's the real deal. I'm a salesman, and you can't fool a salesman. My name's Val, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, so do we have something that can unite Democrats and Republicans and the left and the right and China and the United States and Russia and China? And apparently we might. So remember the whole UFO talk? Everything was UFOs, flying objects, flying over military bases. Apparently now we've got underwater issues. Is what we got submarines. We got, well, maybe not submarines, but we've got sonar from the U.S. Navy picking up data saying that there's mysterious, fast-moving objects underwater now that can't be explained. The Washington Examiner's Tom Rogan said that the U.S. Navy has the data, quote unquote, to prove the bizarre encounters. Some of these encounters could be included in the U.S. government task force, which is prepared for to brief Congress on its UFO findings next month. So now we got them in the air and we got them in the sea. What's going on here, people? Jake is like, why are you looking at me like that? I mean, I'm just reading what they have here.
I smell an alien invasion.
Is that what you think is coming? That it's getting ready to happen? So, like I said, if it's an alien invasion, can we get together on this one? Can we get Democrats and Republicans and can we get the whole world now together versus the aliens, or are we still going to be
need them guns?
What's that? What did you just say?
We're going to need the guns. Just maybe. It's like a precaution.
But do you realize what's happening?
I'm not saying to hunt the aliens.
No, what I'm saying is we're getting to the point now where there are going to be people saying, I'm hearing that there's an alien invasion. I'm really worried. We got these unidentified objects under the water and even over military bases, and I'm really scared about this. And hey, did you vote for Trump? Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Like, if we can possibly, is this enough to bring people together, or are we still in that? Okay. So we've got a lot of things that with these UFO reports lately that I guess I don't know if it's distracting, but the one thing I do know is that many people have talked about, and I've said this before, either it's the United States military that is allowing this to happen, and they know that it is because they're testing technology, and this is how you test it, by doing things under the sea and in the air and, over military bases, because that's where they're coming from. That's why we see them flying over these bases. Or it's the opposite, which is whatever is flying over our bases, whatever is flying in these airspace or under the sea, are coming from something, whether it's alien or another country, that's testing and doing things, and we don't know about it, and we need to find out about it pronto, stat, whatever the word is. Is my call screen up? I don't even know. I'm not sure. So. Oh, okay. Do we have enough time to do this? We don't have enough time to do this. No, we don't. All right. I see Pete's in Homestead. He wanted to talk about DeSantis and big tech, so we'll get to that coming up. I see another call of someone who wants to talk about this whole issue when it comes to USOs or UFOs or so unidentified submersible objects now we have to worry about. Anything else? How about sea, air, what else? What else are we looking for? Where else can we find aliens and food? Am I gonna crack open a walnut today and something's gonna pop out? I mean, what else do I need to be worried about? We'll talk about that coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. You know the real estate market's really hot right now, but for how long? Well, nobody really knows. I mean, if people don't catch up on their mortgage payments because of COVID, the market's going to get flooded with foreclosure inventory, and that's scary because your home's value could plummet. So if you thought about selling your home for a premium price, now's the time to do it, but you don't want to make any costly mistakes. That's why you need to get with Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. See, he's been buying, selling, brokering, and investing in real estate for over 20 years. Mistakes in real estate can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Anthony wrote a book on how to sell homes, your home, and for the most money. And he wants to ship it to you for free. Just go to GomesMovesHomes.com and tell him where you want to send it. Inside, you'll gain 20 years of secrets from wealthy home sellers on how you can sell for a premium price without doing repairs, letting strangers go through your home, and you could pick the closing date. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. Again, GomesMovesHomes.com.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Remembering George Floyd. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Some of his relatives will meet privately with President Biden a year to the day after Floyd's death in an encounter with police that led to an officer who kneeled on Floyd's neck convicted of murder. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
A day that certainly impacted him personally and impacted millions of Americans, but he wanted this meeting to be private in order to have a real conversation.
The family will also meet with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and other lawmakers. The House passed a police reform bill, but the Senate still working on its version. In Minneapolis,
some of his friends and family members are expected to attend a day-long celebration at 38th and Chicago, or George Floyd Square as it's now called, which will feature community art, a concert by Sounds of Blackness, and a candlelight vigil.
That's Maura Glover with Fox 9 TV. A Republican senator has gotten a death threat. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has details live.
Dave, someone sent an envelope with white powder to the home of Kentucky Senator Rand Paul with a picture of the lawmaker with bandages and a crutch. In the message, "I'll finish what your neighbor started." Senator Paul suffered broken ribs when he was attacked by his neighbor in 2017. The FBI is investigating the menacing package. In a statement, Paul said, "I have been targeted multiple times now. It is reprehensible that Twitter allows C-list celebrities to advocate for violence against me and my family." He singled out pop singer Richard Marx, who recently tweeted he'd buy drinks for Paul's neighbor. Dave?
Rachel, the State Department's warning Americans not to travel to Japan, where COVID is surging 2 months before the Olympics.
The CDC warned because of the current situation in Japan, even fully vaccinated travelers may be at risk for getting and spreading COVID-19 variants.
Fox's Jill Nato. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's in Israel for talks as the ceasefire holds with Palestinian militants after more than a week of deadly fighting. Blinken will also meet with the Palestinian president. America's listening to Fox
This
News.
update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Keeping an eye on Alligator Alley and the area around Golden Gate Estates where we've had that 14th Avenue Southeast fire burning still in the estates. We're tracking some smoke lingering on the alley right around mile markers 90 to 80 or so closer to State Road 29. Visibility is not an issue, though. That's the good news, at least, if you have to take Alligator Alley or any of those roads in the eastern estates this morning. You just want to avoid that area right around 14th Avenue Southeast and 16th Avenue Southeast near Everglades Boulevard so that people who live nearby and emergency vehicles can get through to continue putting out hot spots. Clear roads along I-75 and 41 right now. We're not seeing any delays on the bridges in and out of the Cape and North Fort Myers into downtown. A little bit busy on Daniels Parkway heading westbound through Gateway right now toward Gateway Boulevard and closer to Tree Line in 75. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. We are still starting off with some cooler and drier air this morning. Temps, though, this afternoon, not going to be cool at all. We'll be in the mid-90s inland, upper 80s near the coast, and it could be the hottest day of the year so far, with Fort Myers targeting a temperature of 94 degrees. No rain in the forecast today and no rain in the forecast tomorrow, but some relief from our fire danger is going to come later on this week as a few showers and thunderstorms are possible Friday toward the weekend before more rain on the way toward Memorial Day. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Run all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Rock Solid wants to know, Barb, what's the best thing about your new countertops? Unbeatable price, quick and easy installation?
The price and installation was great, but the best thing about my new kitchen countertops from Rock Solid is every time I look at them, it makes my heart smile.
Joyce from Marco, what's the best thing about your new countertops from Rock Solid? The smooth sales process or the tremendous selection of stone?
For me, those things are really important, but the best thing is whenever I see my new countertops, it makes my heart smile.
Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
Just your smile.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Because it's my vision, I take the most studied eye vitamin brand.
Because it's my vision, I take the eye vitamin brand backed by 20 years of research.
Because it's my vision, I take PreserVision.
Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of vision loss in adults over 60. That's why the National Eye Institute did 20 years of clinical studies on the formula that's found in PreserVision. From the eye experts at Bausch & Lomb, PreserVision AREDS 2 formula eye vitamins contain the exact nutrient formula recommended by the National Eye Institute to help reduce the risk of moderate to advanced AMD progression.
Because it's my vision, I made a plan with my doctor that includes PreserVision. Find PreserVision in the vitamin aisle. Available at Walmart.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We should steal with 3 E's. We do appreciate you watching. And if you want to go to Facebook at Drew Steele Radio for the time being, that is fine as well. Hey, what exactly is the problem here in Southwest Florida with jobs and getting people to fill these jobs that are available? States back open for business, but restaurants and hotels are struggling. Hey, you a restaurant or a hotel? Are you struggling? I hear about it all the time. Why do you think there's a problem? Why do you think this is happening? Because you've got the New York Times, you have the Washington Post, you have a lot of even local and state journalists or papers, outlets that are, I know it's hard, I use the word journalism, but journalism is dead. Okay. That are all trying to have you believe that the reason why this is happening doesn't have anything to do with unemployment benefits. That's not what it is at all. That they're still afraid, what? It's because they're still afraid to go back into the workplace because of the vid. They still are not confident. We're told by people that the reason why in a lot of states is because there's a lot of women that can't go back to work because of the situation with their kids and not going back to classrooms or the situation in classrooms. And we come to find out that a lot of your Democrat states are the ones that are having these issues because their policies of not letting kids go back to school and a lot of families having to stay put because of those policies. We don't hear enough about that. But I wonder what you think about this, because there are some numbers, there are some stats, and it's interesting about how you, when you go about some of the local and state websites, news organizations to find out more. It seems to be the evil DEO, Dane Eagle, who is the head of the DEO, who is, along with the governor, denying people the federal program here that would allow them to have these benefits. And the DEO is saying, listen, we got 460,000 online job postings. There's a ton of jobs that are out there, 8.1 million nationally. And people are not going for these jobs. Why? Because of the benefits. But is that what? And so they're trying to make it seem as if it's evil Republicans, it's the evil state, it's the governor in the state. You see how this works. And Brian's in Naples. Brian wanted to weigh in on this because I'm going to run some numbers by you and see if this is what you're seeing and as well. Brian, what do you think about all this? Wait, Jake, I can't hear Brian. We got to hold on a second, Brian. We got to turn your mic up. Okay, there you go. Go ahead.
Hey, Drew. I don't doubt that people are staying home because of the extra benefits and stuff. But I mean, before COVID, we had I know here in Collier County, the unemployment rate was maybe 3%. So I think a lot of people who worked in restaurants and stuff, they simply found other jobs, and they're quite happy with the new jobs that they found, and they're not going back to the restaurant and maybe the hotel jobs and stuff. You know, it's just they found more stable work. I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people sitting at home, but I think a lot of people just simply found more stable work.
So you think that the professions that were out there for restaurants, people working in a restaurant, not being able to find work, the jobs in construction and retail, hospitality and healthcare, that those individuals that were doing those jobs pre-pandemic now have moved on to bigger and greater positions, and that's why they've left these other positions behind?
Yeah, I think that, like, if you were working in a restaurant, maybe when the pandemic hit and you needed to find work right away, you couldn't wait on your unemployment, or you just got tired of,
Well, I guess the question, because the question, Brian, becomes, what job were you going to get during the pandemic that was available to you that was going to be better than the one you left pre-pandemic? Like, what jobs were there during the pandemic? Like, what does that look like? Because I don't see the numbers. I see what you're saying, but I don't see the numbers that would support what you're telling me. So I'm trying to understand, during the pandemic, the fact that there weren't jobs, and that's why we had to have the stimulus and the stimmies and everything else, and the unemployment benefits, because of the fact that everything was closed. What were they doing?
I mean, if you were working like a restaurant job, you probably went into the construction business, because that's pretty stable right now. It's been stable the entire time.
Well, construction wasn't stable during the heart of the vid. I mean, there were construction sites that were shut down. I mean, look at some of the larger construction sites, even with on Fort Myers Beach or in Punta Gorda. And I mean, a lot of large and even home builders to that degree. And listen, Brian, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. And I see what you're saying. So to Brian's point, and maybe you see this. Maybe this is something that happened to you. I would love to know. 239-479-5592. And he believes that people were doing hospitality and, had to get work. And so they got something better. I'm not sure that, again, the numbers don't bear that out. Interesting City Journal article. It was Megan Rose who put this out, Jobs Without Takers, and talking about the state of Florida and some of the things that she was able to witness here in the state, that there were job fairs that were held in late April, 3 of them to be exact, one in Bonita Springs, St. Petersburg, and Lehigh. Only 87 people showed up. They promoted these events through the media, grassroots. They advertised access to hundreds of employers, paying up to $25 an hour for jobs in construction, retail, hospitality, healthcare, and more. They offered free haircuts, interview clothing, bus passes, one-on-one job coaching. Nobody showed up. Where was everyone, she was asking? They were getting paid to stay home. In 2020, at the height of the lockdowns, Congress expanded federal unemployment insurance to $600 a month. The boost has continued at the clip of $300 a week and seems to be discouraging people from working. According to the Foundation for Government Accountability, the average unemployed Floridian can collect $908 a month in state UI. With other benefits, some Floridians can get up to $3,600 a month, more than $20 an hour. You can't assume that jobs are going to come back when your competition is the government. In no way, shape, or form is that the way it should be. In our free market, in our marketplace, and with the pandemic behind us and moving ahead now, how do you compete with the government? You can't. And that's why here in the state, you have the Department of Economic Opportunity saying, listen, we got to withdraw from the federal program. And people, there are too many jobs that you can go get now. And we're not going to be in competition with the feds. We're not going to be in competition here for jobs. This is not how we're going to get back to the normal that you seek. And stop. And people that say that it's something different, you got to stop. It's interesting because when you hear people saying things at times in the Washington Post and others that are going to suggest to you that it's something completely different, it's the fear that's still out there that people just don't want to go back, or the conditions that are changed now with their families, and that they're going to make every other excuse except for the one that is not only the most obvious, but the one that fundamentally you can see in the numbers to prove that this is happening. And if you're thinking different, then you're wrong. But again, it goes back to politics. that the people that are saying these things are doing this either because Trump or because Republicans. Like, they're the evil ones to take away 22 states, I believe it is, that are now saying, okay, enough of this. We got way too many jobs in the state. These UIs have to stop, and let's get back to work. And they're going to be called out, Republican states, because it's a Republican, because it's all about politics, because you're evil. So, I don't know. All right, 239-479-5592. All right, let's see. What else is going on here? All right, Pete's been holding patiently, and Pete's in Homestead. He wanted to talk a little bit about what was going on with the governor and big tech and how he signed the bill to stop the censorship of Floridians by big tech. And Pete, you wanted to weigh in on this. Go ahead, my friend.
Hey, Drew, thank you for taking my call. I was afraid you weren't going to take me there. You said my name before the break.
Sorry. Yeah, but things change in live radio. It's okay.
I know how it is. I'm a patriot, and I think it's important to self-identify in this day and age as a patriot. It's not something that is it's sort of frowned upon now. Do you know what I mean? It's to say you're a patriot and a lover of America. But I am. I assume you are, judging from your show and the things that you say, and I appreciate you being out there and speaking to those things. I won't even go on the internet anymore myself, personally. You still use the internet, though?
I have to. It's part of my job. There are places I have to go in order to get the information. But what's your point, Pete? Let's get right to it because we don't have a whole lot of time. So what about this in big tech with DeSantis?
That's funny. Well, it is kind of funny. You're rushing me off the air after.
No, I'm not. No, sir, I'm not rushing you off the air. I just wanted to get to the point. So. Yeah.
Well, I am getting to the point. So, do you go on vacation? Are you someone that travels?
Okay, so what's your point here? Where are we going here with this, Pete? When it comes to big tech, just get right to it. Here we go.
Well, Drew, as I was saying, I don't use the internet because the internet, it isn't in America. It's not something that happens within America. And that's what's important to me as a patriot is America first. And that's what I'm curious if you think that way as well. And that's why I asked you if you've gone on vacation, because I don't think it's right to go on vacation. I don't think it's right to leave this country and go to other countries. Do you live in Washington, D.C.?
No, sir. I live in Southwest.
Why not? Why don't you? Because that's where I'm moving to.
Pete, where are we going with this? Please, let's
We're going to Washington, D.C. because that's where patriots live. It seems like you're trying to get me off the phone because maybe you're not exactly an America first guy. And maybe when I'm actually holding your feet to the fire over it, maybe you realize that, hey, my clothes aren't actually manufactured in America. I actually travel outside of America all the time, and yet I want to come on the radio and call myself a patriot. And that doesn't work for me.
Well, no, you're on the radio now, and you're calling yourself a patriot.
I am on the radio now, and but what I'm saying is it doesn't work for me, people like you who want to sit here and pretend to be America first. Where's your shirt made? The shirt that you're wearing, where was it? Look on the tag. Was it made in America? And it's important for you to be America first.
Sir, listen, just before we go, you called because you wanted to weigh in on Ron DeSantis and the signing the bill to stop.
American, Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis wouldn't be wearing whatever type of shirt you're wearing there that's probably manufactured somewhere.
All right, I got to put you on hold. Pete, I'm not trying to... He wanted to call and talk about Ron DeSantis signing a bill to stop the censorship of Floridians by big tech, and he wants to know where my shirt's made. And then he's moving to D.C. because he's an American First patriot.
Sure, I guess.
All right. There's a couple of minutes we won't get back. There's twice today on this show, a time that we will not get back. I know, and he's going to be upset with me, and I'm not really sure where we were going, but listen. Thank you, Pete and Homestead, for being a patriot and for caring about America first. And,
not sure about how your shirt had anything to do with it.
I wanted to talk. He said he wanted to talk about this, and then he didn't talk about this. So that's the... Keep it focused. Okay. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Sometimes right all along, apparently. Not always right all along when it comes to my shirt and where it's made. Let's see. Here is Trace O'Shea. She's got traffic.
Good morning. We have a few crashes out on the roads right now. Get ready to watch for some delays heading through Lee Boulevard right now at Westgate Boulevard, seeing major westbound slowdowns on Lee, approaching the intersection because of a minor crash there. No injuries, no word on the roadblock out there, though. Also have a crash on Pine Island Road and North Cleveland Avenue in North Fort Myers, right near that CVS. Off to the side of the road on the southbound side of 41 is where you'll see the crash itself, and law enforcement with their flashing lights on right now. We also have a hit-and-run crash in Buckingham out toward Buckingham Road and Orange River Boulevard, tracking just some slight northbound delays there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. It still feels pretty comfortable when you head out the door this morning, but this afternoon, hot and toasty. Inland spots across Southwest Florida in the mid-90s, upper 80s near the coastline with not a drop of rain to help cool you off. Relief from that fire danger will come in the form of a few showers and thunderstorms by Friday and as we head toward the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Trust 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to help keep your AC running strong. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Hurricanes. They'll come fierce. They'll come with fury. But they won't come without warning.
And that's where the Wink Weather Authority comes in.
Southwest Florida is no stranger to hurricane strikes.
This is Matt Devitt with Wink. Hurricane 2021 Bracing for Activity is the most comprehensive and definitive forecasting, providing every step to...
Hi. What the heck just happened? I'm talking to everybody who's watching right now. All right, if you're watching on the... If you're watching on drewsteele.com, you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on Facebook, wherever you are, can you just explain to me what happened? I'm looking at some of the comments and like, did I do something? Was it me? Did I do something wrong? I have no idea. Here's the thing: when you call a radio program, you only have a certain amount of time. You got to get to the point. And he wanted to talk about DeSantis and big tech, and clearly he said that because he wanted to come on the air because he wanted to talk about something else. I've been doing this way too long. Did I miss something? I'm not sure what the guy was trying to do. And look, I'm not a fan of my shirt. I don't know where it was made. I think it was made in Pakistan, I think. I checked. No, I didn't check. Although I see more shirts being made in different places other than China. Have you noticed that? Anyway. The point is, I don't know if I did something wrong there, but anyway, okay. Good times. All right. Thanks for watching. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to flip over to the radio because that was weird.
Generations of locals and visitors alike with an unparalleled commitment to your experience. Visit boathouseonnaplesbay.com.
When you need a new roof, it pays to deal with the best. King Roofing has built their business on a solid foundation of honest appraisals, fair pricing, and the finest workmanship. Your insurance may be paying the bills, but you'll live with your choice of roofer for years, even decades to come. Choose Roofing Royalty, and you'll never regret it. In Southwest Florida, there's only one King. Call King Roofing today.
Every castle deserves a king.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com is the website. We appreciate you watching. Hey, by the way, there's a lot of talk about defunding the police and violent crime, and if it is going up in places that have decided to defund the police, and, on the heels of what we'll be talking about or what you'll hear about often today, and the year anniversary of the death of George Floyd, what is happening around the nation and the changes that are being demanded in certain places when it comes to defunding police departments. The New York Times published a piece about L.A., which reveals that the city's defunded police efforts have effectively been reversed because local leaders realize you need more cops on the streets. So there's that. There's a surge of crime that's happening in New York as well. They're seeing it. They're also seeing that support for Black Lives Matter way down from where it was last summer. And it's becoming more and more apparent that as people have asked for change in defunding police departments and fundamental change in departments and the systemic racism there and that we have to do something. Well, be careful what you wish for, because now we're starting to see that there is an increase in violent crime that has been happening in these cities that have decided to do this. Oh, and even where there was a study about Black Lives Matter and the protests from 2014 to 2019, this study found that cities with BLM protests, they had fewer incidents of lethal force by police, a 15 to 20% decline. However, the same cities also had a 10% increase in homicides over the subsequent 4 years. Because once those places decided to make change in their policing, it wasn't for the better. These numbers are telling it. We should be able to talk about that, right? I mean, on a national level.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Hey, this is Papa with our most important commercial in the past 30 years. Fox News just reported that several insurance companies are dropping their homeowners insurance in the state of Florida, and over 50,000 homeowners will lose their coverage, just as hurricane season is starting. Whether or not you will be affected immediately or down the road, you should call Papa for our free tile roof inspection so that we can put you on our proactive list. If we do find needed repairs, we'll make it affordable. If you then discover that you do need to find new insurance, at least we can make your roof look clean and in good shape. Once you get on our proactive list, we'll call you automatically if we get hit. If you do need emergency service, we can help you. License number CCC 1326213. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, they say it's not too late to call Papa for our free inspection. You know the number, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. Don't procrastinate. It's not too late. Call Papa for a date. 945-2700.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, what is that beautiful SUV? I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, how much does it cost? I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49.5 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70 grand. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. New 2021 Genesis G70s have 0% financing and 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. And we have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months of $0 per month per 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
Got water?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friend.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. A year ago today, George Floyd died under a police officer's knee in Minneapolis. His girlfriend, Courtney Ross, says,
His spirit is always around us. I feel him protecting us right now, every day. So we're blessed to have him as our angel. We really are.
Members of the Floyd family meet with President Biden and members of Congress today. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has met with the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and meets with the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas today. He says he's there to demonstrate America's commitment to Israel's security and stability in the region.
To support urgent humanitarian and reconstruction assistance for Gaza, to benefit the Palestinian people, and to continue to rebuild our relationship with the Palestinian people and the Palestinian Authority.
He says the U.S. will work to make sure the humanitarian aid does not benefit the Hamas militant group. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have a few crashes out on the roads right now. Get ready to watch for some delays heading through Lee Boulevard right now at Westgate Boulevard, seeing major westbound slowdowns on Lee approaching the intersection because of a minor crash there. No injuries, no word on the roadblock out there, though. Also have a crash on Pine Island Road in North Cleveland Avenue in North Fort Myers, right near that CVS. Off to the side of the road on the southbound side of 41 is where you'll see the crash itself, and law enforcement with their flashing lights on right now. We also have a hit-and-run crash in Buckingham out toward Buckingham Road and Orange River Boulevard, tracking just some slight northbound delays there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. We are still starting off with some cooler and drier air this morning. Temps, though, this afternoon, not going to be cool at all. We'll be in the mid-90s inland, upper 80s near the coast, and it could be the hottest day of the year so far, with Fort Myers targeting a temperature of 94 degrees. No rain in the forecast today and no rain in the forecast tomorrow, but some relief from our fire danger is going to come later on this week, as a few showers and thunderstorms are possible Friday toward the weekend, before more rain on the way toward Memorial Day. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
From smartphones and TVs to desktops, laptops, and tablets.
Every audio device in this hemisphere.
All you have to do is tell your smart device to play 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Miami, Florida. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Announcer is a paid presenter.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Water everywhere. You can't swim in it. You can't stand drinking it. Heck, it's so bad it's on the news every day. Hi, I'm Rob Hill from Bob Hill Plumbing. We've invested over 66 years here in Naples, bringing you clean, drinkable water for your home or condo. We realize we can't fix the water problems everywhere, but we can definitely clean up the water inside your home. Our government does their best to deliver safe water for use. But wow, who wants chlorinated yellow water at every faucet? Let us install a Halo home filtration system and remove all the bad taste, color, and odor from your water. Halo removes 99% of all chlorine, ammonia, and all the bad-tasting chemicals in our municipal water system. Call Bob Hill Plumbing today and let us install a Halo water system in your home so you can once again enjoy clean, bottle-quality water at every faucet. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or bobhillplumbing.com.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's Pest Prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Keeping your home and business cool is a struggle, but now you can be the insider on how it all works and how to keep it running when the heat is on. Join Matt and Justin from Island Air right here on Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. for the Island Air Hour, providing quick quick and effective solutions for commercial and residential air conditioning and heating systems. If you have a question about your system, you can call us right now at 239-747-1550, and we'll be glad to help. Serving Southwest Florida since 1972.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Two 479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's, as you know, and you can go there. You can go to Facebook at Drew Steele Radio if you want to watch as well. Wherever you want to watch, that's fine. Coming up in about 10 more minutes, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn the PhD. That is on the way. David Riaboy is going to join us. He is with the Claremont Institute, a security expert, and someone that I wanted to talk with regard to the governor and his decision about big tech. He was there yesterday for the signing of the Senate Bill 7072, I believe it is. So we're going to get to that in just a second. In the meantime, boy, there's a lot of things going on with Democrats. There's a lot of things going on with the president of the United States. You know, it is nice to know that in the situation that we have right now in the country, where not only do we have a crisis along our southern border, where many people are admitting now that it is in really bad shape, and the concerns that they have about the conditions there along our southern border, the situation with people crossing the border at all times during the day, the 30 to 40 illegals running across the border. Is that right? Did we hear that report correctly? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find this here. Is that it?
Mike, good afternoon to you. We want to show you some brand new exclusive images from our Fox drone team. Remarkable footage caught this morning right here in La Jolla, Texas. If we can pull it up right now. Take a look at this crazy video showing a large group of migrants running away from Border Patrol as they cross illegally into the United States.
Yeah, they're just running across in the daylight. There they are, and they got the drones out, and the drones are just picking up these illegals rushing the border, not being able to be stopped, just too many outnumbering, probably going to Border Patrol because they know that ultimately they're going to be let into the country, and the situation there, and how we come to find out now that not only are they being let into the country, but they used to have these ankle bracelets on that they would be able to track illegals so that they would show up for their court-appointed meetings. The courts that would decide whether or not they were going to be able to stay illegally, what the situation is. And now we come to find out they have an app for their phone. So instead of having these ankle bracelets no. Now we got an app for your phone. No problem. You're going to show up, right? Yeah. So there's that crisis. We have the crisis of the economy and inflation, and some would say stagflation, the idea that the economy is not growing, 8.1 million jobs, people not wanting to take these jobs because of the unemployment benefits. And how you have the price of goods going up, and people who hear about inflation and start to buy now because they want to get certain products before those prices go up, which only exacerbates the issue of inflation. You see how that works. You start buying early, and now you've got to keep up with the consumer demand, but you can't keep up because you don't have people working, and the cost of lumber when it comes to, let's say, housing and the like, and all of these situations that are going on in an economy that is not roaring, that is stagflation, that's a bad thing. So you have that situation going on. You have, obviously, the issues with the vid now and shutting down businesses, and you have the Fauci, who is now saying, maybe it did come from a lab. There's a possibility that that's exactly what happened. It's good to know through all the crisis that the Biden administration is having, they've got a meeting there in the White House with people who want to ask the president questions, And there's Dr. Anthony Fauci sitting at a desk alongside, but socially distanced. We got to have that view going on, even though they're both vaccinated. But that's beside the point. But they're not wearing masks, which is nice. So did you hear this, Jake? That they were asked questions. And here you go. Good to know that through a crisis, the most important questions are being asked of the president of the United States with regard to skincare.
For my last question, President Biden, because I am a beauty guru myself, I do have to ask, if you were to be stranded on a desert island and you had to bring one product with you, a skincare product that you might really love, what would it be?
I was hoping you'd say if I could bring one person I really love.
One product.
Well, other than my wife, look, I happen to be Irish, so I think my wife, before I headed to that island, would tell me that you better bring some sunscreen. And I think that's the one product I would bring is sunscreen.
That's what I was hoping you were going to say. I'm not going to lie. I was hoping you would say that, so I'm very, very glad to hear that. Sunscreen is very important.
So a social media influencer wanted to know what kind of skincare products the president's using. Because 239-479-5592. I'm just going to leave that by itself just because, there's nothing to see here. Everything is fine. There are no problems. We don't have issues of, lockdown governors who are telling you can't do things and you've got to continue to stay locked down because somehow the vid is still roaring through communities. But I'm going to go grab a pizza. It's not like we're hearing anything like that or...
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, wait, this just in. Yeah, we are. How about Governor Gretchen Whitmer from Michigan? How many people from Michigan, raise your hand, unless, of course, you're driving 10 and 2. Maybe you're here in Southwest Florida. Maybe you're visiting, or maybe you're now a full-time resident. How many of you are so happy that where you were from or where you are from, that that governor is your governor, especially with all the hypocrisy that we tend to see and some of the other issues. But yeah, there's this story out of Michigan. They're not happy with Gretchen Whitmer. She apologized for breaking her own statewide COVID restrictions, captured in a photo with 12 other people at a restaurant on Saturday. Now, the photo's been deleted, but yeah, currently dining groups of up to 6 are allowed when seated, according to an order from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, but the tables have to be 6 feet apart. In the photo, you got 3 tables. They push the tables together. Nobody's wearing a mask. There's 13 individuals. They're all sitting there, and a big smiling face of Gretchen Whitmer, who's super excited to grab herself a pizza. This segment of the program brought to you by Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. Such a lovely word. For Democrats, it's so true. Just saying. So anyway, listen, anytime we can play the Hypocrisy song, it's always fun. So there you go. So Gretchen Whitmer proving once again how Democrats are a bunch of hypocrites. But nothing to see here. Everything is fine. She did apologize, and I thought it was very thoughtful. I thought it was something that needed to be said. I thought that the fact that she took the time to stand at a podium and let people know really what was going on and how important it was that their voices were heard in this was a real step up for the governor, right?
So I'll just say this. I put out a statement. I wrote that statement. It was an honest mistake, and I have apologized for it. I think that we have specifically not gone forward and penalized businesses that are trying to do the right thing. It's those that have flouted and put people's safety at risk that are the most concerning. But I don't know that there's a lot more for me to add at this point in time, other than those former Spartans, or I guess you're a Spartan for life, who know the establishment should be aware that it's now a restaurant and they have pretty good pizza.
Yeah, so just so you know,
they have pretty good pizza.
They got pretty good pizza. So it's really hard to stay away from a restaurant that's got pretty good pizza, even during the vid. So it's really tough, everybody. Come on now. Hypocrisy is such a lovely word. Yeah, you get it. Blah, blah, blah. All right. 239-479-5592. Look, it is, it's amazing. And again, for those that are from Michigan, you well know that if you're looking at the numbers out of Michigan and you're looking at the route to which you get to the COVID numbers in Michigan, where you are now, the fact is that because you had mask mandates and lockdowns of businesses and individuals did not mean that you got where you are now any quicker than states who didn't. That's the point. Well, look at the numbers now. The numbers are fine. What are you talking about? What we're talking about is the idea that somehow you had to lock down these businesses and shut them down, and schools and closures and all the things that you did to take away people's liberty, and you believe that this was in the best interest. You come to find out that you didn't have to do those things and destroy people's livelihoods to get to this place. But you did it, and I guess apparently that's okay. It's not. All right, 239-479-5592. Hey, coming up, David Riaboy is going to join us. We're looking forward to that conversation. If you want to find out more about exactly what happened with the governor and the signing of this big tech bill here in the state, he works at the intersection of communications and policy, specializes in national security, political warfare, influence operations, and the media. So we're going to have a conversation about this and get into depth about it and see what that means for you as an average, everyday Floridian, which I say there's no average, everyday Floridian. You're all special. You're all big time, and that's what I say. All right, let's do this right now. Are you ready? All right, here we go. 239-479-5592. It is Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD right now. We'll take caller number 9. Let's make it 9. We get a lot of calls. Caller 9 at 239-479-5592. You'll play Drew's College. Up next, you'll win and play Drew's College. We'll see how you do your civics lesson for the day. Coming at you. Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. We have a few crashes out on the roads right now. Get ready to watch for some delays heading through Lee Boulevard right now at Westgate Boulevard, seeing major westbound slowdowns on Lee approaching the intersection because of a minor crash there. No injuries, no word on the roadblock out there, though. Also have a crash on Pine Island Road and North Cleveland Avenue in North Fort Myers, right near that CVS. Off to the side of the road on the southbound side of 41 is where you'll see the crash itself, and law enforcement with their flashing lights on right now. We also have a hit-and-run crash in Buckingham out toward Buckingham Road and Orange River Boulevard, tracking just some slight northbound delays there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. It still feels pretty comfortable when you head out the door this morning, but this afternoon, hot and toasty. Inland spots across Southwest Florida in the mid-90s, upper 80s near the coastline with not a drop of rain to help cool you off. Relief from that fire danger will come in the form of a few showers and thunderstorms by Friday and as we head toward the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Hannity at 3 and drive home with Trey Radel at 5. Now back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
The real estate market is really hot right now, but for how long? I'm Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. You've heard Drew Steele talk about me on his show. If you're thinking about selling your home for a premium price, now is the time. You can sell over market value without doing repairs, letting strangers in your home, and you pick the closing date. Learn how for free. No pressure, no obligation. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. GomesMovesHomes.com.
Thursday through Memorial Day Monday. It's the Memorial Day Savings Overload event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Other dealers are running out of inventory, so don't go after their slim pickings. As Florida's #1 Nissan dealer, we planned ahead, and our lots are packed. Shop a huge selection at Sutherland, all priced with aggressive savings. Plus, bring your trade, no matter what it is, and get $8,000 over book value for it. Your car will never be worth more. And Sutherland Nissan is your lease return headquarters. Any make, any model, and we'll take it at Sutherland. Nobody has more new Nissans at such big savings this Memorial Day weekend. And nobody pays you more for your trade. $8,000 more than book value. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Cape Coral by Memorial Day Monday. Your used car mega store. Online at flnissan.com. And remember, if you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your retirement? Just add water. Shell Point Retirement Community is located in Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River, just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico and Sanibel Island. Enjoy a vibrant waterfront lifestyle with miles of walking and bike trails. For boaters, there's a private marina with free boat docks to keep your boat right at home. Or join your friends on the community boat for cruises to local restaurants and beaches. Shell Point is comprised of 7 neighborhoods with scenic water views. Life slows down on the water as residents enjoy kayaking through hundreds of acres of secluded bird-filled waterways. To learn more about waterfront living at Shell Point, schedule a private appointment or attend one of our weekly group seminars, which include a tour of the community. Call 239-466-1131 or go online to shellpoint.org. Enjoy waterfront living today. It's all here at Shell Point.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Bob. Bob's in North Fort Myers. Good morning, Bob. How are you today?
Morning, Drew.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD or associate's degree question. Sir, starts right now. Hey, Bob, can you tell me who the Democrat nominee for President of the United States was in the year 2012? Democrat.
Obama.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Let's see. Let's do this one. Can you name 3 wars that were fought by the United States in the 1900s? 3 of them.
World War I, World War II, and Vietnam.
There you go. That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. What did Susan B. Anthony do? Why is Susan B. Anthony so famous? What did she do?
Ouch. Good question.
It's a great question.
Suffrage?
What's that? Yeah.
That's women's suffrage.
Yeah, fought for women's rights. Okay, yeah, there you go. That's correct. There you go. Fought for women's rights. All right, so it's a great. See, it was a great question. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. What territory did the U.S. buy from France in 1803?
The Louisiana Purchase.
Otherwise known as the Louisiana Purchase. That is right. Louisiana. Can we accept both, Jake? Louisiana. Yeah, yeah, of course. Hey, congratulations, Bob. Look at you. You are not only the smartest man on your phone, but you're the smartest man on this phone line right now. You got yourself a PhD today on Drew's College, a very impressive feat for anybody who calls this show. So you should be very happy, proud, and anything else that you would like to add.
I am. I can replace my master's degree.
Oh, look at you! Yeah, all right, see,
I'm upgrading.
You are upgrading, and that's what life is all about. It's all about upgrade. Well, not always. I mean, there are certain situations where it's not very good of a upgrading, and that would be, something that my wife always threatens me with. Be careful, otherwise she's going to be. Anyway, that's a whole other story. Hey, Bob, thanks for the call. We always appreciate it, and all the best.
Drew, can I just remind everybody that there is a school board meeting tonight?
Yeah, you just did, but let's go into more detail because we have time. Go.
Well, Tara Jenner, that's been on, is going to be there, and the rest of our group. So the more, the merrier.
And what time is that?
6 o'clock. I would get there by 4:30 if you want to speak, because the LGBT group is going to be out in big numbers.
All right, so that's tonight, the Lee County School Board. So the Equality Florida issue is going to be discussed again? Is that what this is about? Plus,
well, yes, the policy for that is going to be discussed.
Okay. All right, so that's tonight, Lee County School Board meeting, 6 p.m., and get there a little earlier, and that's at the corner of Colonial and
Metro.
Metro. So make sure you're there tonight. All right, Bob, we'll see you there. All the best. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Drew.
All right, there he goes. 239-479-5592. All right, what else do we have going on? All right, a couple of things in case you missed it. the governor yesterday signing a bill to stop the censorship of Floridians by big tech. Senate Bill 7072 signed. We're going to get into detail on that and why it's so important, and even some of your thoughts on that, and whether or not you think that this is going to make a difference. I will bring up something that popped up just a few minutes ago. It is interesting how when you hear stories about Senator Rand Paul, for example, and how now the FBI is investigating this suspicious package sent to his home. I don't know if you heard about this. Something that popped up in the news cycle today. Wait till I read to you, and David Riaboy is going to join us as well in just a bit to get into the details of this, because he was there, and as someone who knows a lot about national security and political warfare and influence operations, that's what he does. That you'd be interested to find out the difference between how the different big tech websites, Bing, DuckDuckGo, Google, all presented this morning. And I might wait until then to read it to David Riaboy as well, because he's not going to be shocked to hear what they have put on display, but you might. And it'll explain a lot about the importance of it. So we'll get to that coming up. Also this morning, what else do we have? Oh, yeah, UFOs are out and USOs are now in, according to a story out of Hot Air, because now we've got UFOs underwater that are called USOs, submersibles. Are you kidding? Really? I'm trying to keep up here.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hurricanes. They'll come fierce. They'll come with fury. But they won't come without warning.
And that's where the Wink Weather Authority comes in.
Southwest Florida is no stranger to hurricane strikes.
This is Matt Devitt with Wink. Hurricane 2021 Bracing for Activity is the most comprehensive and definitive forecasting, providing every step to help you prep.
Hurricane 2021 Bracing for Activity. June 1st on Wink, the Weather Authority.
Next, Rachel.
My #1 beauty secret.
Our pros are opening up their homes.
Got some power to it.
What surprises are cooking in Chef Sarah Moulton's kitchen?
It's time to go to my spice cave.
What tricks does Mally Ron Cowell's vanity hold?
This hairband is a game changer for me.
And what's stuffed in Rachel's oven?
2 ways to make stuffed shells.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
George Floyd's family will go to the White House. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
The president is hosting members of the Floyd family here at the White House to mark the anniversary of his tragic killing.
Press Secretary Jen Psaki says it'll be a private conversation as there are marches and tributes planned in several cities, including Minneapolis, where Floyd was killed a year ago by a police officer who knelt on his neck and was convicted of murder. His death led to protests and efforts to defund police. Congress keeps working on policing reform.
The House already passed a bill
bill earlier this month. But now in the Senate, the real sticking point is the issue of qualified immunity, a legal protection for officers in facing civil lawsuits. Now, Democrats want to do away with it. Republicans are holding steadfast.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. There's something new related to the Russia probe and the decision not to charge then-President Trump with obstruction. Fox's Rachel Sutherland explains live.
Dave, the Justice Department is appealing a federal judge's decision to release a Trump-era DOJ memo drawn up for then-Attorney General William Barr, who went on to announce President Trump did not obstruct justice in the Russia probe. So for now, most of the 9-page document remains under wraps. The appeal came despite the concerns of several Democratic senators who sent a letter to Attorney General Merrick Garland urging the Justice Department not to appeal Judge Amy Berman Jackson's ruling and to release the memo in full. Dave?
Rachel, the FBI is investigating a death threat mailed to Republican Senator Rand Paul, which included white powder and a note they want to finish what a neighbor started.
After he was attacked by his neighbor back in 2017. In a statement, Paul says, in part, "I take these threats immensely seriously. I have been targeted multiple times now." And this comes just days after singer Richard Marx tweeted, quote, "If I ever meet Rand Paul's neighbor, I'm going to hug him and buy him as many drinks as he can consume."
That's Fox's Jackie Ibanez. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Watching a few crashes out through Lee County right now. One in Alva at Palm Beach Boulevard and Cook Lane. That's a vehicle in a ditch. No roadblock, but tracking some eastbound delays along that stretch of Palm Beach Boulevard right now. We also have a crash we're watching in Lehigh at Lee Boulevard and Coolidge Avenue. Seeing some delays and some roadblock there, but no injuries. Crash in Estero on 41 at Estero Parkway. No roadblock in that area, just some slight southbound slowdowns. And also keeping an eye on a crash still over at Orange River Boulevard and Buckingham Road in Buckingham. Should be clearing up right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. We are still starting off with some cooler and drier air this morning. Temps, though, this afternoon, not going to be cool at all. We'll be in the mid-90s inland, upper 80s near the coast, and it could be the hottest day of the year so far, with Fort Myers targeting a temperature of 94 degrees. No rain in the forecast today and no rain in the forecast tomorrow, but some relief from our fire danger is going to come later on this week as a few showers and thunderstorms are possible Friday toward the weekend before more rain on the way toward Memorial Day. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
I won't give up the ship.
Talking about what matters.
This country is too great to throw over to communism. I love it.
92.5 Fox News.
Everyone understands that when you buy more, you should pay less. It's called a volume discount. Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to make and install your windows. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the fourth window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows that will save you money and protect your home. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
What's up, Southwest Florida? It's your friend Tyler McCluskey here, and I'm reminding you about our new show that airs every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. Every week, I give you all the information you need to know about your health insurance needs. We also promote local real estate, entertainment, and have a guest host each week. Be sure to tune in live every Saturday at 11 a.m. or download our show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. For more information or a health insurance quote, visit tylermccluskey.com. TylerMcCluskey.com.
Join us this Saturday at 11 a.m. for the Tyler McCluskey Show, right here on 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here at 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. Steele has 3 E's if you want to watch. Also on Facebook for the time being, as long as they have us. Drew Steele Radio. Big tech. What about that? The governor is signing a bill to stop the censorship of Floridians by big tech. And I kind of wanted to dig into this a little bit because people have different opinions as to whether or not this is a good thing, a bad thing. There's this idea that you're stifling speech when you're talking about big tech companies. And there are others that are like, have you been watching what big tech is doing? Even an example of that this morning that I'm going to get to in just a second. But let's dig in right now with David Riaboy, who is joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. He works at the intersection of communications and policy, specializing in national security, political warfare, influence operations, and the media. You can follow him. He's a great follow on Twitter at Dave Riaboy, and we do appreciate him joining us for a few minutes. It's Drew Steele. How are you this morning, sir?
I'm good. Great to be with you.
Thanks so much for joining us. By the way, before we get into anything, I just have to tell you that I love following you on Twitter because as somebody who in his former life was an EMI music published songwriter and producer, I cannot tell you how many times I talked about high fidelity audio and how I appreciate how you are into that, because I can't tell you how many times I would hand in a master on a 24 track and then hand in a master on a DAT and then ultimately say to people in the music industry, we're raising a generation of people who only know MP3s. They'll never, ever, ever know what it sounds like to have audio the way it should be listened to. And so I appreciate that part of your life. And it's awesome to follow, too. And how you're discovering all this music. By the way, where are you getting records that have all this great music? Are you able to get that?
Yeah. I mean, I think Discogs is like a really dangerous website. I mean, I know it is for me. But, I end up buying records from all over the world.
Yeah.
It's great. And amen about the kind of technology and the iPhones and little tiny tinny speakers. People just don't know. They don't appreciate it anymore. They think that a sound bar is high fidelity.
Right.
But
I've complained about that. Yeah, I've complained about that so many times back in the day, and people are like, it's not a big deal. They'll search it out. Well, it's one thing to search it out. It's another thing that it's available and it's harder to find. And so, to not even be able to have a generation that can appreciate that. But even, so there's one side of the tech, and then there's the other side of the tech, and we'll get into this. You were there yesterday as the governor signed this Senate Bill 7072. Give me your impression on this, because I can't tell you how many times people look at big tech censorship and they understand the security implications. They understand even about this one specifically and the concerns about political candidates. But they also look at the other side, and I'm sure you've heard about it too, about how do you go after big tech companies? Is it the right thing to do? If you're somebody who believes in freedom of speech and these rights. And it's a completely different topic, though, isn't it? I mean, it gets to a completely different place because that's not where we are with these big tech companies.
Yeah. Well, look, these big tech companies are more powerful than governments. And I think there is something fundamentally terrifying about that. They control the level of, not even political discourse, but non-political discourse as well. If they decide tomorrow if they decide tomorrow that they want to shift the way the American public feels about, I don't know, action movies or Star Wars. Let's say tomorrow they decided that Star Wars needs to be destroyed. They could do it. They could shut all conversation about Star Wars down. They could make you think whatever you want by censoring the stuff they don't like. And this is it's unprecedented power throughout the world.
Yeah,
it's something that we have not dealt with, and this is why we have governments. This is why we have elected representatives that maybe sometimes can speak out and pass laws in our benefit. And I think what DeSantis and company did yesterday by signing this bill is a real step forward.
Yeah.
Because these networks are the public square. They really are. You can't be expected to have a political voice anywhere without access to them. Sure, you can stand on the sidewalk with holding a sign, but maybe you'll encounter 100 people. Whereas, for example, my photo with DeSantis on Twitter probably reached 5 million people yesterday. So it's a question of scale, and I think that our elected representatives have a responsibility to try to protect our voices this way.
Yeah. And, just to give you an example, if you're listening and you're wondering other ways that this is affecting how people view things when it comes to big tech, I'm looking at Tom Elliott from Grabien, who put this out this morning, and he was looking at an example of the story of Rand Paul, who the FBI is investigating the suspicious package that was sent to his home. And you look at the different places where you can go to a search engine and to see what the story is. And he brings up Bing, which if you go to their site, you hear about the suspicious package, blaming looking into this second incident involving Rand Paul, and it's a suspicious package. You go to DuckDuckGo and you see the same thing, this suspicious package. And they were concerned about this, all these different headlines. Then you go to Google, and Google says Stephen Colbert, Rand Paul ransplained his vaccine refusal. CNN's What Rand Paul Gets Wrong on Vaccines, and Courier Journal, Rand Paul's statement about the COVID vaccine. Those are the three headlines on Google. You hear nothing about the story that is the biggest story of the morning that has to do with Rand Paul. And people can't help, Dave, but look at that and say, that is part of what the issue is. It's how they've been able to manipulate the information so that certain people won't get the chance to see the bigger headlines because that's not what they want you to see. That's part of this, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think people fundamentally don't understand what the internet is, which is why they don't think that this kind of thing is what you just described as a threat. I mean, what the internet is a record of everything that happened and everything that people think. And if you have your finger on that scale, you can wipe out history. You can wipe out the way people feel about things and opinions. I mean, you have tremendous power, and the idea that a couple of people in Silicon Valley are sitting in a room and saying, you know what, let's just censor this Rand Paul story.
Yeah.
And effectively remove it from the historical record is insane. And that we kind of assent to that is insane.
Yeah.
And
I'm also
and people saying, oh, build your own, X, Y, and Z. Well, we're living in an age where you effectively can't. Parler tried to do that, and they were shut down by a cabal of Amazon and Google and Apple. They just decided, you know what, we're going to shut down this competitor, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. So, and I'm also hearing about some shadow editing going on at Vox, where they're selectively editing now some stories that have to do with the origins of COVID. You start to hear that as well and how that happens. And ultimately, there's a history that's laid out on the internet where people, if they're going to look to find out facts about COVID 50 years from now, if they're going to look to find out facts about presidents or policies, the one thing that they'll come to are the original pages that pop up that give you the quickest choices. And those filtered through will be something that they'll be able to see and react to that, even though those may not tell the whole story. They may have some political bias to them. That's another part of this story. But I wonder, when we talk about Senate Bill 7072 here in the state, and you live here in the state, so this is something that's important to you as well. And as we see other states that may take on big tech, the deplatforming of political candidates. I know one reporter yesterday, and you were probably there, that was trying to make it all about Trump. Was that, did you do this for Trump? And it was DeSantis. And by the way, when that did come up, I want people to hear this, and you can react to this as well. When a reporter said, did you do this all because it has to do with Trump? And the governor said,
the bill is for everyday Floridians. This is what we said. And it will allow any Floridian to be able to provide what they're doing. So, but I do think that's another issue that has been brought to bear. When you deplatform the president of the United States, but you let Ayatollah Khomeini talk about killing Jews, that is wrong.
Yeah, to thunderous applause, and rightly so. And that is a big part of what it seems some don't want to get through their head, is how this is happening on these tech platforms.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. I agree with the governor. It's ridiculous. But, the media is obsessed with Trump still. And they have to make it all about him. But in this case, it's actually pretty useful because it's a great, it's a great double standard to point out. Yeah. Which is that this is a supposedly American company. Twitter is, quote unquote. I know that they don't understand themselves this way, but if not for America, they would not exist. And here they are deciding whether or not the elected president of the United States is legitimate or not. And they don't have that ability on one hand. On the other hand, they go and they sort of guarantee a platform for a foreign head of state. Now, they're banning you. They're banning your grandma. They're banning your brother and sister-in-law for posting a meme or saying something about a hot button issue. But they're guaranteeing space on the platform for a foreign dictator / head of state.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And again, this is what government is for, is to rein this stuff in because these companies are too powerful, and the decisions that they make are way too consequential, and they really do them in secret. One of the great things about this bill is it pushes for transparency in the algorithms that are used to decide these things. These companies have to be transparent. They can't wake up tomorrow and say, "Oh, okay, if you don't have your pronoun in your bio, you're banned."
Right.
Which is something that they could do tomorrow. And you know what? I will bet you that there was this discussion, pardon me, at Twitter headquarters about this very thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure somebody suggested it. Let's ban somebody who doesn't put the pronouns in the bios.
Right.
And or at least like LinkedIn just did. They just said, they just had that option where you have to kind of declare, or else you can't have an account.
Right.
So they could really do anything, and by doing this, they get to social engineer the issues that people care about. They have they have way too much power.
So ultimately, as we get ready to go here, I'm just wondering, the teeth that's in this bill. Is this a good start? Do you feel like there's enough here to make a difference? certainly deplatforming political candidates. That's something that's good to see that's a huge part of this. The monetary part of it as well, the fines against social media companies, and will that be able to stick? I guess the Attorney General can bring action, so that's got some teeth because of the fact that she would be involved. But ultimately, this is a good start, or is this something solid that we can take hope in that could create some change in the future?
Look, I think this is a solid place to start. Eventually, there needs to be serious like antitrust stuff brought to bear here against these companies. I mean, I'm not an attorney. I'm not sure the best way to do it legally, but the threat is that, again, I keep saying it like a broken record, that they're too powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so powerful also that they were able to kill similar legislation in several different states. And the way I understand it is that Florida was the only one that was able to pass this particular type of legislation. Why? Because we have Ron DeSantis as governor.
Yeah.
And we've got good politicians in Tallahassee. But elsewhere, it's really hard to do. I'm not sure if Texas can pass something like this, which really is frightening. And because the companies have the ability to squash this. I mean, I know that doing stuff like this is absolutely dead in the water in Washington, D.C., because everybody is on the take,
right?
Or everyone is afraid of these companies,
right?
Because these companies can just, they can make you disappear effectively. They don't have to put you in a physical gulag, but they can put you in an information gulag.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. And, that we could spend a whole half an hour talking about how companies relocating to the state of Florida and how many times, I'm not sure if you agree with this or not, but how many times I've said, boy, be careful what you wish for when all of these big companies want to relocate to Florida. And they're going to bring their people with them from states that think a little differently than our politics. Boy, do I worry about that. I worry about the importing of individuals and companies and how that's going to be affected. And ultimately why we need to have certain things in place, knowing that DeSantis will not be the governor of the state forever. That there's going to be a moment in time, as much as we don't like to hear it and think about it, that a Democrat will be in charge in Tallahassee and possibly even the legislature. And at that point, all bets are off, especially with these companies. Would you agree with that?
Yes. Look, I've written and talked about that exact thing quite a lot. I mean, look what happened to Texas. I used to live in Texas. And, they for years, they kind of rightly went around touting how Texas be the Texas miracle, which made it possible to start companies and to do business there, very easily. And the economy there was booming. Everything was great. And they ended up chasing after tech companies that brought in a lot of workers from Silicon Valley and frankly from outside of the United States. And they ended up really changing their, not only the kind of political demographics of the state, but they irreparably they changed the cities too. Every suburb in Texas now is blue.
Yeah,
and I know we have a similar situation in Florida, but this is something. It's like Europe. We can look to them and say, hey, you know what? This is not something we should do. In fact, what we need to do is use the power that we have in our state capital to make sure that this stuff doesn't happen. Mayor Suarez down here in Miami is very, has been very bullish about getting tech companies to relocate here from San Francisco. And, that's great and everything for the bottom line in his city, but it may not be necessarily that great at scale when you're bringing in thousands and thousands of people who, as you said, will vote in a terrible way, and then will also, will also sort of influence the political culture of a place in a way that will change the place for the worst.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Something we always keep an eye on. David Riaboy joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, works at the intersection of communications and policy, specializing in national security, political warfare, influence operations, and the media. You can follow him at Dave Riaboy on Twitter. I would encourage you to do that, DAVEREABOI. Do that. Sir, we appreciate a few minutes of your time today. Thanks so much, and hope we get the chance to do this again. All the best.
For sure. Thanks.
All right. 239-479-5590. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I just want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
With the market and unemployment rates bouncing up and down, many of us have found ourselves with some important decisions to make regarding our 401k plans. If you don't work there, should your money stay there? For those nearing retirement age, this decision could be critical to your retirement. Bob Grace has worked with many families with these types of decisions and understands your dilemma. Taxes are at historic lows right now. Bob can show you options for your 401k that could save you on taxes down the road. Call Bob and his team today and schedule your complimentary 401k review at 239-249-8888. Bob Grace is ready to assist you. Call today for your complimentary 401k retirement review, 239-249-8888. Again, that's 239-249-8888. The firm offers insurance services and cannot provide tax advice. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
Dr. Svetlana Kogan here, a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on 5th Avenue South in Naples. Many of you wonder what holistic practice is. Well, good health is like a puzzle. It depends on how you perceive yourself, your environment, what you eat, your relationships, and lifestyle. It takes time and skill for the doctor to put these pieces of the puzzle together for you and come up with solutions customized to your specific needs. Holistic doctors believe that less medication is better and use preventive approach to keep you out of harm's way. This is also a concierge practice. Every patient gets my email and cell phone for emergencies and can be seen the same day if necessary. You are seen by me personally, and we take all the time that you need. You can visit my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com to learn about how I, Dr. Svetlana Kogan, can help you feel healthy and balanced again.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. It could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses, Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution from Comcast Business for just $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge not included. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
Goodbye, Beth. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug. Ow! Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts. Goodbye, pest. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 239-46-NO-BUG. Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Nothing runs like a... I need something I can depend on. I need a Kubota.
At Florida Coast Equipment, we have equipment you can depend on. We have the best deals in town for Kubota tractors, mowers, utility vehicles, and Kubota construction equipment. Our family has been Florida's premier Kubota dealership for over 30 years. Whether you're buying, renting, or simply need your Kubota service, come on over to Florida Coast Equipment in Naples. Equipment you can depend on at a price you'll love. Florida Coast Equipment, we've got you covered.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Watching a few crashes out through Lee County right now. One in Alva at Palm Beach Boulevard and Cook Lane. That's a vehicle in a ditch. No roadblock, but tracking some eastbound delays along that stretch of Palm Beach Boulevard right now. We also have a crash we're watching in Lehigh at Lee Boulevard and Coolidge Avenue. Seeing some delays and some roadblock there, but no injuries. Crash in Estero on 41 at Estero Parkway. No roadblock in that area, just some slight southbound slowdowns. And also keeping an eye on a crash still over at Orange River Boulevard and Buckingham Road in Buckingham. Should be clearing up right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. We are still starting off with some cooler and drier air this morning. Temps, though, this afternoon, not going to be cool at all. We'll be in the mid-90s inland, upper 80s near the coast, and it could be the hottest day of the year so far, with Fort Myers targeting a temperature of 94 degrees. No rain in the forecast today and no rain in the forecast tomorrow, but some relief from our fire danger is going to come later on this week as a few showers and thunderstorms are possible Friday toward the weekend before more rain on the way toward Memorial Day. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
Hurricanes. They'll come fierce. They'll come with fury. But they won't come without warning.
And that's where the Wink Weather Authority comes in.
Southwest Florida is no stranger to hurricane strikes.
This is Matt Devitt with Wink. Hurricane 2021 Bracing for Activity is the most comprehensive and definitive forecasting, providing every step to help you prep.
Hurricane 2021 Bracing for Activity, June 1st on Wink, the Weather Authority.
Next, Rachel.
My #1 beauty secret.
Our pros are opening up their homes.
Got some power to it.
What surprises are cooking in Chef Sarah Moulton's kitchen?
It's time to go to my spice cave.
What tricks does Mally Ron Cowell's vanity hold?
This hairband is a game changer for me.
And what's stuffed in Rachel's oven?
2 ways to make stuffed shells.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling tip for the day. When you call us at 239-482-1542, what you'll get is a warm reception. We'll send out a real NATE-certified expert mechanic who will treat you and your time with respect. Our team will help to inform you of the situation and correct any issues that we find. Our goal is to make sure your experience with our team is a pleasant one, and we work very hard every day to meet that goal. Kobe is who we are, and cooling is what we do. But we also know we're nothing without you. Thank you, Southwest Florida, for almost 70 years of trust in our family. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949, serving local Southwest Florida families for almost 70 years.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. Hey, can you do me a favor? Before we get to the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35, and I may bring this up a couple of times before the end of the program because it's that important. I just got a text from my wife, and apparently my son's snake got out, and it's in my house, and they can't find it. And he woke up at about 6 this morning, and I'm a little freaked out because I don't know what I'm going to do. So if anybody has had experience with finding a snake that is now loose in your home, can you give me some suggestions? You could either call or text. I don't care, but I've got to get this done before the end of the show because she's freaking out. Now I'm freaking out. She's texting me off the hook. This thing is out, and it's pretty big, and I don't know what to do. Can you look that up? Is there a home remedy? Is there like an essential oil or a powder or something that if you put a drop of something somewhere, it'll come like to you? Or like, You snaky. I'm up to anything right now. Whatever it is, just I got to get this thing back in its tank, cage, place, whatever it is. Maybe that's the problem. It was the cage.
Maybe you should. How did it get out?
It wasn't in a cage, but I'm just saying I don't know how it got out. It's a snake.
Slithery snake.
Exactly. Snakes have figured out. Listen, it's biblical. It goes back to since the times of Adam and Eve. We didn't want snakes around, and now I got to deal with it in my house. Please help me. 239-479-5592. Whatever help that you can give, whether calling or texting, I'll check the lines because I have no idea what to do. All right, I do know what to do right now. Time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
We are going to make you very happy, and we're going to do what's right, and we've done a great job for the country. Rebuilt our military and had the greatest economy ever twice. You know, we rebuilt it, then the world collapsed with the whole world collapsed with it, and then we built it again when the stock market was higher than it was even the first time. But we're going to do the right thing.
We're going to do the right thing. That is the President of the United States, former President Trump, on with our good friend Dan Bongino and his program yesterday, asking about, hey, you got plans for 2024? And he's like, we're going to make people very happy, and kind of hinting at, who knows, is that making people happy supporting Republicans or making people happy supporting his candidate? Who knows? Something okay.
Number 4.
I don't know that there's a lot more for me to add at this point in time other than those former Spartans, or I guess you're a Spartan for life, who know the establishment should be aware that it's now a restaurant and they have pretty good pizza.
Hey, listen, what are you going to do? Governor Gretchen Whitmer is saying, look, I know, I apologize. Yeah, I shouldn't put out laws and write up laws and sign laws that restrict you from going into businesses and gathering with 2 or more individuals and all of that, and then do it myself and go to a restaurant and crush tables together so 13 people can sit around a table without any social distancing or masks. And I'm telling you not to do it, but I'm doing it. But hey, here's my reason. They got great pizza. Hey, if I get to use that reason, does that mean I won't get in trouble too in the state of Michigan? I'm just asking.
Number 3.
Well, maybe more broadly then, is the human impact of the environment something that has been revealed by this pandemic, something that the administration takes into account when it's focusing on the better part of building back better?
The human impact in general of the cruise industry?
In general, across the board. I think we've seen evidence that the environment has flourished at times because of decrease in industry. Is that something that when you're thinking about building back better is worth taking into account?
Sure.
Oh, that sounds great. Hey, so there's Jen Psaki yesterday telling a reporter that the idea of building back better is to keep businesses closed because of how closed businesses like cruise ships and others helped the environment. Because, you know, when these businesses aren't cruising and they're not doing things, then you don't have the, the pollution that's going into the air that's killing all the cows and things up in the Arctic and ice, blocks of ice that are melting. I don't know how that all goes, but you see what I'm saying. So let's keep businesses closed because it helps with the climate. That's how you build back better. Excuse me?
Number 2.
But there's to be, beginning this effort for 2021 is, I think we've learned a few lessons from last year as well. There's help being there to help clear roads, rebuild main streets, and so that the families can get back to their lives.
Yep. The President of the United States yesterday that can articulate only the way he can articulate something that can only be articulated by the President of the United States, articulating the fact that articulation together means that we will articulate. And I have no idea what he was talking about. And I'm not sure even the people in the room did at the time yesterday as he was with a group of individuals reading off a piece of paper. That's right. It was scripted, everybody.
Number 1.
Hi, I want to ask you about the bill that you're signing here today. You're a loyal supporter of former President Donald Trump. Of course, Donald Trump is now a resident in Florida, and he was deplatformed. Is this bill for him?
The bill is for everyday Floridians, this is what we said, and it will allow any Floridian to be able to provide what they're doing. So, but I do think that's another issue that has been brought to bear. When you deplatform the President of the United States, but you let Ayatollah Khomeini talk about killing Jews, that is wrong.
To a thunderous applause as the governor yesterday signing this Senate bill, and now signs a bill to stop censorship of Floridians by big tech. When a reporter says, "Oh, did you do this for Trump?" He's like, "Oh, well, what? First of all, the president's not a citizen of the state of Florida, and he doesn't get protections. And number one, number two, how about Khomeini? He gets to stay, and the former president doesn't. Why don't you focus on that, people?" Wait a minute, I said that again. Why don't you focus on that, people?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
I missed the button. It was dramatic. See, that's what happens in live radio. You have this dramatic moment. Everything's working for you. And then you hit the button that's supposed to make everything come together in a nice, cohesive plan here, and it doesn't happen. But that's what we do. Maybe it's because I'm so focused on this snake. How are we doing? Somebody said get a mongoose. Am I allowed to get a mongoose? Can I have a mongoose in my house? I think there's a snake loose in my house. My son's snake is loose. My wife's freaking out. They still can't find it. It's been hours, and I don't know how we're going to get rid of it or find it. Yeah, you can't get rid of it. I don't know. So if you have suggestions, better than getting a mongoose, because I can't be quite honest with you. I can't afford a mongoose. They're way too expensive for me. That's for the super rich. That's for the uber wealthy. All right, 239-479-5592. Hey, a couple of other things. I'm worried about Jen Psaki. I mean, who isn't worried about Circle Back Girl? Because,
I'll circle back.
Because she has to, number one, work for the President of the United States and try to make everything sound coherent, all the plans of the left and this president. But then she said something else yesterday that I thought was very interesting because, well, it's really not interesting. It's more along the lines of, did she just say that? Check this out. This is a reporter asking about the oldest president in American history and his health. Now, you and I both are concerned about the president's health. She's not.
What more can you tell us about the president's health regime? We hear he's lifting weights. What sort of weights is he lifting? Does he have a personal trainer? And what happened to his Peloton bike? Did he bring it to the White House?
We're hearing he's lifting weights? Who's been talking about the president lifting weights? No, he's saying, wait, I'm not lifting that. I think that's what he's been saying. You got it all wrong. See, that's what the press does. They exaggerate. They flip words around. See, he didn't say he wanted to lift weights or he's lifting weights. He says, wait, I'm not lifting that. And then a Peloton bike. I had no idea that the president's into Peloton bikes. So here's where I'm concerned about Jen Psaki specifically.
I didn't know where this was going, but I'm intrigued by it. I will say I have nothing to read out on the president's private exercise regime, but I can tell you, having traveled with him a fair amount, sometimes he's hard to keep up with. Sometimes he's hard to keep up with.
Sometimes he's hard to keep. Wait, is he hard to keep up with? Like, I don't understand what he's talking about, and I'm kind of concerned about.
But there's to be beginning.
Like he's that kind of. He's hard to keep up with, or physically he's hard to keep up with. Like is it like what part of falling upstairs is a look, the winds blow, it's hard. Give it to. I'm not going to do that. But now I worry about Jen Psaki and her health. Apparently, maybe there's a problem. We should worry about her. All right, the rest of the show, the rest of the program, forgive me, has got to be dedicated to you helping me. I need your help. What do I do about this snake issue? 239-479-5592. I'm taking all calls. Jake, are we getting calls on people asking me on how to help with the snake?
I can't even keep up with all the people.
You can't keep. Well, where are they? How come
they don't want to go on the air? They just want me to tell you.
All right, 239-479-5592 if you'd like to help me out and go on the air. All right, so let's tackle this. All right, here we go. Somebody said, check the dresser, pull out all the drawers. Ours was behind the drawers. All right, so my son's snake, it's a pretty big snake. It's out. It's not one of those big, giant, thick snakes. It's a thinner snake, but it's big and it's gruesome. It's got huge teeth and it just like digs in and blood and guts all over. I don't know, I'm making all that up. But that's how I feel. That's how my wife feels. And it's loose in my house and I don't know how to find it. So she's freaking out. All right, let's see. They like dark places, bathrooms, toilets. All right, when was the last time it ate? I don't know. I don't even want to look at it. All right. Daryl? What do I do, Daryl?
Drew.
Yeah, help me.
Good, man.
What do I do?
What do? You know anybody with a good miniature pincher?
A miniature pincher? Like a dog?
Yeah, a min pin. You know the little min pins that look like Dobermans?
Yeah.
They're the best. I've had a few of them, and every one of them are the best rat hunter and snake hunters I've ever had.
Okay.
So if you've got somebody that's got a min pin in there, you go and take that min pin. It can't be a baby min pin, an older one, you know.
Yeah.
Take it over to that snake cage, give them a sit on it.
All right.
And if you got a cat in the house, take the cat out of the house and let that min pin run around. It'll sniff out that snake.
Okay. I'll try to find somebody in the neighborhood that has one. Somebody said, do what? Mothballs in the corners? Is mothballs? Why are you shaking your head? No, that doesn't work.
I don't know about that.
All right. I don't know. All right. Connie's in Naples. Connie, help me get rid of this snake. What do I do?
We never found it.
Connie, you're evil. That's not... that was so wrong. Tim, what do I do?
You get some large sticky traps like you would for mouses and get some bright yarn or string like 4 foot long. When the snake crawls over it, put them in the kitchen by the refrigerator, the stove, and the laundry room. And in the morning when the trap is gone, look for the string and you'll find him.
So I attach a string to the trap and then it takes the string or it takes the...
No, he'll take the trap with him and the string will follow. And that way, if he crawls inside the washer, the dryer, the refrigerator, the stove, you'll know where he is.
Okay. All right.
Because the string will be hanging out.
All right. I'll try that one. That sounds... All right. Robert, you got... how am I going to get the snake out of my house?
You're probably not. You're going to have to move. That's what I would do.
I can't move. Tony, how do I get rid of this snake?
Drew, last week we had a diamondback rattlesnake outside our pool cage. Not a good event. So I Googled snake repellents, and I got a YouTube of a guy in Tampa who's a critter catcher. You buy pieces of cardboard which have got sticky glue on them, and when the snake moves around, it gets stuck on it. This is serious. This is what his advice was. Then you can pick it up easily, and you use a light oil to remove it from the piece of card.
Yeah, but how many pieces of sticky cardboard? How do I know where to put it?
I don't know, but buy half a dozen or so and put them in strategic places, like outside your bedroom door.
You're darn right about that, because I don't want that thing walking into my room. That's exactly where it's going. That's good advice. All right, Tony's got some good advice. I'm putting some sticky stuff by my door in my bedroom, so if that thing tries to come in my room. But what if it's already in my room? All right, this is not working out. All right, I don't know. Do I keep going? I don't know. I'm taking a chance here. What's your name? Who is this?
Lauren.
What's your name?
Lauren.
I can't. Okay, turn your radio down. What's your idea? How do I get rid of the snake out of the house? Help me.
I need to the flour.
Flour? Like flowers, like roses? Like I got to go to the store and buy them?
No, like flour, like baking flour.
What's the baking flour do?
You put the baking flour like in between a doorway.
And then I can tell where it's slithering? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yep. That's.
I'm doomed. I'm going to have to move out of my house. All right, so I have a beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, early modern construction. If you're interested, I'll give you a good price. That's where we are. I'm going to have to move out of my house. All right. I hear a lot of sticky traps is a good idea. All right, we'll sticky trap the house.
You came to work last week with a piece of duct tape on your foot. I don't want you coming to work with a bunch of sticky traps.
Well, I was going to say, I got a sticky trap stuck to my shoe all the time, this stuff. All right. Well, the text line's been very informative. And Tim the Tool Man said they love to slither into your sheets. I hate you, Tim the Tool Man. He's probably right. All right, Glenn Beck is next. Have a great day. And we'll see what's going on with the remainder of the forecast with Wink News meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. It still feels pretty comfortable when you head out the door this morning, but this afternoon,